Hello, welcome. All right, welcome to another live stream from me, Crazy Ewok. You might notice my background's a little different. I've been moving things around. I was kind of rushing it a little bit, and then decided, I wanted to stream yesterday, but over the weekend I was doing a bunch of cleaning. Like, my normal background usually has all these figures and game-related stuff, and it's actually been collecting a lot of dust over the few months that it's been up, and I decided to do some cleaning and stuff. But they're all little intricate pieces, and I feel I don't know, maybe it's just me being a little bit, I don't know what's the word, where you're just you just need to clean things to a good degree, not just do a simple job. But yeah, I was using one of those Swiffer things to get the dust and everything off of each figure, and putting it somewhere, and then going to the next figure, and then dusting it off and putting it somewhere, and it just became a whole thing. So I decided to kind of just set things up as much as I can, just to get a stream going, because Genshin Impact has a new update, and also actually Guild Wars Reforged has come out too. So I was a little bit torn between either streaming this or Genshin Impact, but I was thinking I will get Genshin Impact out of the way, since right now Genshin Impact is the game I don't like as much. I wanted to get this out of the way, get the story and stuff out of the way. There's a lot of FOMO stuff in Genshin Impact that I don't know, makes it so that it compels you to kind of give it your attention, which is kind of stuff that I don't like about this game. But yeah, I can get this all out of the way, and then I can really go back into Guild Wars and have fun. So yeah, so let's load it. So already coming off of version 6.1, I believe, I was already, I don't know, 6.0 was okay, so Natlin was kind of really not very good. It was noticeably worse than how do you say it? Noticeably worse than Fontaine. But then when we came to Nod Krai, it was noticeably better. 6.0 was noticeably better than Natlin, so it kind of brought my hopes up. And then 6.1 came along, and there's a bunch of shaky stuff. And now, wait, was it 6.1 that introduced Miliastra? I think it was, actually. Yes, because now we're in 6.2, right? I noticed that Genshin Impact stopped using that moniker. I don't know what you call it, the 6.1, 6.0, or 5.0, or 3.2, or whatever. They stopped using that, so they are calling this Luna, I guess. The version is Luna, and then Luna 1 was 6.0, Luna 2 was 6.1, and now we're in Luna 3. And instead of I don't even know what you call it. Instead of version 6 entirely, they're calling this whole story the Song of the Welkin Moon. So yeah, this is kind of a nightmare to title things. So but yeah, what was I talking about? I kind of went on a tangent and I totally forgot. But yeah, oh yeah. I was already kind of not very happy with how the direction the game is going with some of the storytelling and some of the characters. But then at the same time, they're tying a lot of really cool stuff to some of the ongoing stories and stuff too. So there's just such a big extreme of stuff I like and stuff I don't like about this game, which is the reason why I am still playing this game, even though a big part of me wants to just stop, because there's just so much busy work and chores and FOMO and bad game design and stuff in this game that is really pushing me away, and really only some of the stories and some of the characters that I like in the previous games and some of their stories is really what's keeping me in this game still. And I don't know, I guess if you got to this point in the video, leave a comment. Maybe you can either convince me to stay. What's making you stay in this game? What interests you? What gives you hope for the game? Maybe you can convince me, or maybe if you don't like the game either, maybe you can tell me, and if it makes sense, maybe it'll finally push me to decide to just like stop playing this game, stop wasting my time and having to log in all the time. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, if I talk to Catherine right now, we get a little bit of dialogue.
You won't snitch on us, will you?
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. But rest assured, I protect client and adventurer confidentiality as a matter of principle.
Phew! That's a relief. Paimon does not want to get an earful from her.
So yeah, what happened was, and this is the reason why I say coming into this version already like put a bad taste in my mouth. So as per usual, they shut down the servers, you can't get into the game when they do the update. And for me in North America, they want to release the game at the same time for everyone around the world. So it seems like they kind of favor the Asian side, like the Japan's, the China, the Korea. So they make it so that when they do their maintenance, it's like at night for them, so that it doesn't inconvenience the Asian players. I guess that's like where probably like 80 to 90% of their community and player base and their money that they're getting is probably from, right? So they're doing their maintenance at that time frame, but then that means it's like kind of the middle of the day to the evening-ish for us here in North America. And I remember I went out to like do some chores and do some shopping and grocery shopping and whatnot. And when I got home, I was like, oh, it's finally... I was already like really tired because it had a full work day and everything. I was already really tired. I go home and I was like, oh no, Genshin Impact, that's a new update. I better download it, install it, let it do its thing, and then get in and use up my resin, because then my resin would have probably maxed out by that time. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this download going. I'm gonna go take a shower. While I'm in the shower, I can download it, install and everything. And so I did that, and everything was good. And then when I finally logged in the game, I also like cooked and ate dinner and stuff afterwards while I was waiting for it to download and install. And it was getting later and later and later into the night. And I was already like super tired. And then I was finally able to get into the game. And the first thing the game treats me with, and keep in mind, I want to like just use my resin and do the daily commissions and do all that as quick as possible so I can just go to bed. The first thing that happens is I get locked into a story dialogue, and I was like, okay, maybe it's just a couple of dialogue sections, just so it kind of like introduces the next story or something, or trying to ties you in and pulls you in. But no, it took like forever. I guess I parked my character here. Maybe if I didn't have my character here, it only triggers when I get close. But I think it's probably because I was probably just teleported here and then logged out the night before. Yeah, it immediately triggered the story, and I was like really frustrated and really mad. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna skip through this dialogue. So I don't really know exactly what Paimon and Catherine talked about. It's probably about the, I don't know, judging from the preview that I watched before this came out, I think this is like not a real story, or I guess not real. How would you explain it? It's like kind of like they're doing a little bit of a festival here, the first custom festival that the people at Nod Krai are doing. So it's not like a serious story. So maybe that's kind of what they were talking about. It's kind of what I assume. So I was skipping through it, and they just kept talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and I'm just like Alt F4. Okay, I'm going to bed. I don't care about my resin. I'm just gonna go to bed and I'll deal with this tomorrow. I don't have the patience for this. So immediately logging into the game.
Sequence in progress.
I already
Based on data from past
already
incidents,
pissed me off.
Please avoid dropping small items such as mora, screws, gears, minerals.
And on top of that, this Catherine, I guess like today is Thursday, so there was all of Wednesday where I couldn't actually access this Catherine because she's stuck in like story dialogue mode. So I've been actually having to, oh man, I just don't like Natlin so much. I didn't even go back to Natlin. I actually went back to Fontaine to do like daily, like to accept the rewards and redo the expedition and stuff. So, oh man, I don't know why they do that. Like, dude, I'm sure I'm sure they're like professional and capable game designers. Doesn't it cross anybody's mind when they're developing this? Is like, what if people don't actually want to do the story yet, and they have like resin to do? If this was like a single player game, I'd be like okay with like you logging in and it like kind of push you in a story right away. Because usually when you're playing a single player game, you're going in to play the story or play the game, right? Whereas this is like a live service game, so sometimes you're not actually going in to do the content. You're going in to do like the live service bullshit to use up resin to level up your character and maybe even just do wishes or something. But yeah, I don't know. Ooh. I am not happy about this update just because of that. But anyway, let's see what we have. So we have a Nocturne of the Far North, which is the Archon Quest Act 5. I guess, what would you even call it? 6.0? 6.2? Archon Quest Act 5? But they just call it the Song of the Welkin Moon now. Didn't they have a different... It was like... something and then act something, right? Like something quest act, I don't know. But yeah, we have this and we also have this. I'm thinking, oh yeah, now that I heard myself say out loud that there was a lot of dialogue in the previous thing that I was mad at, I might not be right anymore. But I was thinking like this thing is just like a little setup or whatever. This I guess one of the cool things they've added to the game, which I really like, is that it seems like they're going back and making some of the older characters more powerful. Unfortunately, Jean isn't in this list, which is a little unfortunate since I think out of all the older characters, Jean is probably one of my favorite. Actually, Jean is my favorite from the vanilla like Mondstadt characters back in like 1.0. But I guess Klee is here. I don't know why these two would be here. I understand why Sucrose and Albedo is here, and also Mona. Why is Gina or Eula not here? I don't know. Maybe they're just not part of the story anymore, which is sad. But yeah, I was thinking like it's just supposed to set this up. So I was thinking maybe we could get this out of the way first. Because it might be interesting because it's like about Alice, and Alice, Klee's mother, is one of the things I'm more interested in than anything else going on in the story right now. So yeah, let's do this. Go to quest. Navigate. We gotta go all the way back here. Alright. Oh man. I've changed the angle of everything. Before, my webcam, I guess, is above my second monitor. So, like, right now my second monitor is, like, the direction I'm looking at. And then my main monitor is right here. And you guys are there with the camera. But before, the camera was up there. And my second monitor was really, really low. Just so you're not, like, just looking at my, like, forehead the entire time.
Reviewing outstanding items on today's to-do list.
I decided to change things around,
but any additional commands?
I was kind of hoping
I can add
things would work, but now that in practice I can see in OBS that whenever I go to look at like if there's anyone in chat or if my stream is doing okay or looking at like what I'm actually showing, like I have my camera on the bottom left. And I don't know. I feel like I'm just like looking away from the camera, which might not be too good, but this is all probably temporary. Maybe I can change things around a bit more. I don't know. We'll see. I wanted the camera to face this way because then there's like a big, nice wall here that I can kind of put all my figures and stuff again when I have the time.
Instead of confining themselves.
And the idle stuff for these people, like, it's really interrupting sometimes. But yeah, maybe if I like just look at the camera when I talk more, hello, it might mitigate the fact that I look like I'm completely looking away from the camera, because it feels like if I'm watching someone stream and they're looking away from the camera, for some reason in my mind it cues in like, oh, that person's not paying attention to me, and in order to reciprocate that, I should probably not pay attention to them. It's like this stupid, like, I don't know, subconscious thing that goes on, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. So this is going to be an interesting problem to solve, how I'm gonna place things so that everything kind of jive together and still functionally work. Oh well. Anyway, let's go in and see what whoever we are meeting has to say. Paimon.
Whoa! This is way too many books! Considering this library organizing job was classified as a premium commission, Paimon came mentally prepared, you know? But seeing it in person is something else.
Why, if it isn't Cutie
Ooh,
and
Lisa.
Paimon.
Why
What
is
brings you
Lisa
back to
not part of it?
Mondstadt?
If they put Lisa, Amber, and Kaya in that list of characters that will get like more power, like get some balance, I guess. I would be really happy about that, since these are like kind of your OG, right? They're the first like 3 characters you unlock most likely, since they're like the built-in free characters since the beginning. Aside from like Xiangling and is it Barbara? Barbara and Fischl? They're also free. If you just like, if you have a fresh account and you just start, you get all those characters for free as well. But like Lisa, Kaya, and Amber are like the original for Mondstadt. So they're like usually the first 3 people you meet. So I wonder why they decided to put Razor of all people instead of like maybe her, even though she's like literally in the story right now, right? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe there's some like analytics and telemetry or something that the MiHoYo is looking at, and nobody actually uses Lisa, nobody actually uses Amber, and nobody actually uses Kaya. So they're like, even if we like make them more powerful, I don't know if anyone will still use them. Whereas, was it Sucrose, Fischl, and Razor? Maybe there's still a good amount of people who use them, so those people will be happy that they're getting buffed, or they're getting more to them. I don't know. But I would argue, like, wouldn't it be even better? Since like Lisa, Kaya, and Amber are kind of like iconic old school Genshin Impact, like at this point 5 years later, 6 years later, 5 years later, maybe some people are already feeling nostalgic about these characters being the story, right? So I would argue that bringing them up to speed and making them relevant in terms of power, or touching up their combat capabilities, and maybe even like adding more quality of life to their kits and stuff, with like kind of bring them in line with some of the more recent characters that they've been designing. I think that would like really revitalize a lot of like, then people will want to pull for their constellations and pull on the permanent banner and stuff to try and get them, right? But I don't know. I guess there must be some, they must have thought about who to put on that list, and however they decided, Lisa, Kay, and Amber just didn't make the cut.
Let me guess. You missed me so much, you just had to come visit. Is that it?
To be honest, I played, when I first started playing this game, throughout all of Mondstadt's arc, and most of I think even like throughout Li Yue and Inazuma, I've been playing it in Japanese. And then eventually I thought that was like, it was really weird that I'm speaking in English, the game's in Japanese, and it's like, it doesn't make for a good viewing experience, especially like if I'm just second screen content or something like that, right? Especially for people who only speak English. So I eventually just switched everything to English. So I don't actually recognize Lisa's voice in English. Did they have to change her voice actress too? When there was a whole like voice actress or for voice talent strike? But anyways, you saw right through me, here for business actually.
Found you! We were starting to think you weren't clocking in today.
Well, I wasn't planning to. But then, Catherine mentioned someone had finally accepted an important commission for the library. So I came to check on things. Might you both be here for that very commission by any chance?
Pleased to meet you. We're the only ones here, so yeah.
Ah, music to my ears. Now, as you can see, a certain anonymous benefactor has donated a large amount of books to us.
Is it Mona? Because she apparently buys a lot of books.
Imagine my surprise when a glance down the book list revealed that each one would be an entirely new addition to our collection.
What?
There are books of all different kinds, including quite a few that are banned. Troublesome,
Banned?
I know. So this wasn't an odd job I could trust to just anyone. And sorting them myself? My, what a headache that would be. It would take ages. All that to say, I'm very relieved to see you here. I would treat you to some tea, of course, but looking at the state of this place, perhaps another time, yes?
I feel like Lisa's character design is so good. It's really a shame that, I don't know, gameplay wise, she's not really that good. Especially when you have Raiden Shogun or Clarind or I don't know, even Sino, Yai Miko. I guess those are all 5 stars and she's a 4-star. But I don't know if if they did this thing like in Honkai Star Rail? No. Is it Star Rail? With Dan Hung? Oh man, it's been so long since I played Star Rail. But they I think I quit around the time they added a 5-star version of Dan Hung. If they did the same thing here, I think if they just decided to release a 5-star version of Lisa that has a kit that's more juiced, more OP, or more, I guess, in line with nowadays power creep. I think people would actually really like it because her character design is really good, I feel like.
Don't worry, just leave the commission to us.
You're as sweet as
I
ever,
guess-
Paimon. Well then, good luck in here.
I guess
I'll
they
leave you
would.
to it.
I guess they would have to update her outfit and stuff too if they're gonna make it a 5-star version of her, right? I think that's what they do with Dan Hung. They in the story, you found out that Dan Hung is a really special kind of character, and when they released the 5-star or S rank version of him, he's super cool looking. Oh, she has a lantern on the tip of her hand. And then we became busybodies.
Finally! We made it to the last stack! What even are some of these books? A Hilichurl's Guide to Running for Your Life? Do Hilichurls even read?
Do Hilichurls even write?
And Basics of Whopper Flower Cultivation. Who'd grow one of those, anyway? And what's this one? The Little Witch's Dictionary? Huh. That title's kind of suspicious. And didn't we already sort this area? Did you notice it earlier?
No, and it's not on the list either.
Huh. Well, witches always make Paimon think of,
Klee. Do. Why'd the books only open? Uh-oh.
Yoo-hoo! Looking for me?
Oh, for some reason I thought we were actually gonna meet her in this story, or at least in any of the story that was released in this version. They did tease her a bunch of times. Hopefully we eventually meet her, because she's kind of one of the characters that I'm looking forward to pulling and stuff, and which is one of the last remaining threads that's keeping me in the game. Being able to pull for her. So I don't know. Hopefully things pick up by then.
Alice? How did you get in here?
It's Miss Alice to you.
You must not have noticed, Paimon. I wasn't the one who barged in at all. When you opened that dictionary, you entered a mage's domain.
Domain expansion.
What? Ugh. Paimon knew that book had issues.
Have you ever read the storybook The Little Witch and the Undying Fire by any chance?
Undying? I think so. First I've heard of it.
No matter. At least in name, this book was written as a dictionary for the other one. The actual contents of the two aren't related at all, though.
Dictionary?
Ugh.
You mean
That explanation
glossary?
makes things even more confusing.
Oh dear. Where should I begin? You know the promise the Hexen Circle made to Varka at the Tripartite Conference, yes?
No.
Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to the nation. Well, waiting around for danger to descend upon the land isn't exactly our style. Rather than a scenario where we jump in and save the day out of nowhere, it makes more sense to lay the groundwork over time. That's how Em put it. Besides, who knows when such a crisis could occur? It could be in the next life, or even tomorrow. Preparation is crucial. So, I gathered the mages together to write this dictionary.
This is the kind of stuff
course,
I'm talking
it had
about.
to be under the guise of being related to that storybook. Otherwise, I would never have been able to get them in one place.
Remember when I was kind of hoping this is just a big introduction to this game mechanic things, because even though they kind of added some power to some of the old characters, they didn't just let people have it automatically. They wanted people to kind of earn it by doing these quests, or maybe there's some challenge or something when this is all said and done. But this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, why are we getting exposited all this stuff? It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. This is all kind of things that they can just cut out. And like, why did we have to meet with Alice first, or not Alice, Lisa first? Why couldn't the commission be like, oh, there's a whole bunch of books in the library in the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Can you come and pick it up? Or can you come and clean it up? And then we just arrive, and then like maybe they can have Lisa there be like, yeah, these are the books, go have at it, instead of having like a whole like thing. I don't know. There's a lot of, it almost seems like their, I don't know what you call it, their sprints, their development cycles for each one of these versions might be too short. So like when they're writing the story, they don't have a lot of time to like make edits. If it's like too far along in the development, it's not like they can go back and like, oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of this. Oh, now because we got rid of this, all the money we spent hiring voice actors to read all this, that's all wasted, and whatnot. It almost seems like they really need to like nail down all this stuff before all the production, but it seems like from one version to the next, it's like so short that they just need to keep going and going and going, and there's no time to actually like cut things out. And they just kind of go with it, and it just gets like long. It just feels long. Like, look at all this stuff. My eyes are already glazing over. Like, I don't care about all this stuff. Can you just get me to the thing where I can do the stuff? Sounds like a lot of work. So how do we factor in exactly?
Well, we looked into Barbie's scryglass and came up with a series of tasks tailor-made for the people of Mondstadt. They're all in this dictionary. Striving toward a common goal, overcoming obstacles alongside trusted companions, becoming better versions of ourselves.
We're really
That
zooming
is
into
the
this
best defense against
character's
what
face.
dangers could lie ahead.
Oh, you make it sound like something bad is actually about to happen.
Now, I never said that. But still,
Where did
we
Paimon
are
get
talking
that?
about trusted companions here, Paimon. And when we speak of a person who could be considered a friend to all in Mondstadt, I'm afraid the pool of options consists of but one.
I was gonna say, how did Paimon come to a conclusion that this stuff sounds bad? Oh, I see what's going on here. I should have seen this coming.
Wait, the huge book donation? That was just an excuse to get us here, wasn't it? We had to spend ages sorting through them, you know?
So Alice donated a bunch of books to Lisa, or I guess the Knights of Favonius, hoping we would take the commission to help them sort it. That's, again, like, that's really roundabout, right?
Oh dear, I never could have imagined you would need to go to such trouble.
Uh-huh. Sure you didn't.
Well, this is an important book. I couldn't just bring it into Tevat without taking any precautions.
Oh, interesting. So this is not originated from here. From another dimension?
Much better to hide it in plain sight, you see. That's why I donated all those other books to the library. Besides, it's not like this is a bad thing. Just think of it as an excuse to reunite with old friends. And as a favor to your dear Aunt Alice.
Okay. If the goal is to help the people of Mondstadt, then we're in. We'll take the dictionary. And the next time we run into our friends, we'll pass your tasks and stuff along, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful. Then I'll let you get to it. Have fun!
Yeah, I feel like they tried too hard to like put story to a lot of little things like this, which they really don't have to. Complete Witch's homework related quests to unlock additional talents for the corresponding character. Certain characters' skill and constellation effects will also change. Each Witch's homework quest is focused. They should just call it Witch's homework assignment. Then that would really like ruffle anyone who's still a student. It's like, assignments, oh no, I got homework to do. It's focused on a specific character. Obtain the corresponding character and increase their level to level 70 to unlock their related quests. Alright, oh, we still have to talk to Lisa. It's not complete yet. Alright, Lisa, guess what? All these books being donated here was a ruse by Alice. And she snuck in this illegal book, but don't worry. We'll take it off your hands.
Oh, you finished sorting already?
Sorting?
That went much faster than I expected.
We have employed quicksort.
Now then, what would you like in return, cutie? You freed up my whole afternoon helping me with that.
Oh, really?
How about we spend it together?
How do you get a good angle on this? I'd like to be paid.
Oh, that's all? Well, don't worry.
She sounds disappointed.
Ah, so you noticed too. Such strange names, and even stranger contents. Not to mention, this is the largest library in Northern Tevat, and I didn't recognize a single title on the list. I just don't see how that's possible.
They're all books from another dimension, it seems like. I know there is like a story, well, not story, but I guess like a anecdote that gets passed around in Mondstadt about Barbara's like, or not origin, but why she's inspired to be an idol. And it's because Alice assume like the implication is that she comes to like our world, kind of sorta. She's like dimension hopping and she can come to our world, and she has like experienced like Japanese idols. And she brought back like magazines from our world back to Tevat and gave it to like the Church of Favonius and stuff. And that's why, and then yeah, Barbara gets her hands on it and it inspired her to be an idol. So it could be that Alice got all these books from all her dimension hopping or world hopping or whatnot, and now is like donating it to this library.
Unless...
Actually, we just ran into...
Trouble, I presume? I think I'll steer clear if it's all the same to you.
Does she know we're about to like say Alice here and she just doesn't want to get involved? Why does she not want to get involved with Alice? Or does she just think that we're Traveler Paimon, we always get into trouble, and she would rather, because she's like, her character is supposed to be like lazy, right? She just doesn't want to get involved and she doesn't care what it is.
Besides, if a book exists in this world, then there's a place for them in this library. Better for them to remain here than end up in the hands of someone more suspect. Anyway, here's your payment. Thanks again for all the help.
All right. She's happy. No, whoa. She ninja'd herself out of there. She Batman'd us even though we were looking right at her. All right, wait, what is all this? Witch's homework. I can invite a character? Can I invite one of these guys? The 5 stars? For some reason, I highly doubt that. I knew it. Only the 4 stars. Can you imagine how awesome it would be if we can invite one of the 5 stars? They should. I feel like they should just start giving out these really old 5 stars. They should just like hand them out willy-nilly. There's so many characters in the game now. Like, it's really no skin off their back, and it'll like make it so much better for like the community as a whole. But I don't know. I don't know why this game is so, or the developers are so stingy with this game. I feel like both Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail had more 5-star giveaways and stuff than this game. But yeah, I can invite one of these characters, which, as you can see, all of them are already maxed out. So, Sucrose. I like Sucrose. She's kind of cool. Yay! I got sucrose. Yeah, but it's converted into this. That's cool, I guess. Go. Wait, there's more. Open. Oh, hello. Yeah, these are all level 70. I don't have these two. Man, Albedo is, I don't know. He came back. I think it was during, was it Windbloom? He came back in that other banner with like a lot of Mondstadt 5-star characters, I think like a year or two ago. And I think that was the only time I had to be the opportunity to pull for him. And yeah, I decided against it. Because that banner I don't really like too much. If you like, you have to pretty much get to a pity, or else like all the resources you put towards that banner is like wasted in my mind. So I kind of avoided that banner. But yeah, I guess Durin is new. That's interesting that he's on here. Doesn't that mean like they purposely hamstrung his character kit just so you would be incentivized to do this? I don't know. I'm not going to do this right away. I think if I can, I could technically do it for all these characters, right? Because they're all unlocked for me. But I feel like that will probably take a very long time. But I'm really glad to at least have it unlocked. I probably will just do this off stream too. I wonder what kind of powers they would all get. I'm really interested to see what Klee has to offer, because it seems like the story is going to be more revolved around like Alice and the witches and Varka, and I guess Mondstadt is probably going to play a bit bigger role. That's why Venti is on here and everything. But yeah, I feel like they probably want to bring Klee up to speed, up to the power creep of nowadays characters, because then you can have like the people who want to like play as Klee and Alice together or something like that. They can do that and not like feel frustrated at the power loss by having to put an older character on the team. So I'm kind of excited to see what Klee has in stores for us when we update them. What did I get here? Oh, ooh. Whoa, what's this? Witch's Eve Rite, 7-fold transmutation. I guess this is what you unlock when you do the quest. After completing Witch's homework of Wonderland Flowers, Sucrose will become a Hexarray character. When the party includes at least 2 Hexarray characters, you'll gain the Hexarray Secret Rite effect, which enhances Hexarray characters. Hexarray Secret Rite. After Sucro creates a small wind spirit nearby party members, normal attack, charge attack, plunging attack, elemental skill, elemental burst damage are increased by 5.71428%. Why this specific? Did they actually go into that much like detail with their like balancing? But they might as well just make this 6%. I mean, like, is this 6% really gonna like bring her DPS up that much? Like, if they just decide to put this 6%, why did they make it like this specific number for some reason? And yeah, in computers, like representing a float value like this takes up more space and more like compute. Actually, it's like negligible nowadays since CPUs and stuff are so fast, but it's still like not as efficient compared to just messing with an int number, right? I don't know if people know what I'm talking about, but it's a stupid thing. It's a what do you call it? Like occupational sickness. I think that's what they call it in Chinese, since I am like a computer person. After Suko creates a large wind spirit, nearby Hexarray party members, normal attack, charge attack, plunging attack, elemental skill, and elemental burst damage are increased by 7.14285% for 20 seconds. Okay, so she can buff people once you unlock her thing. Interesting. Oh, this stays lit up until, oh my god. This is gonna mess with my brain. I'm like, no, I gotta get rid of the exclamation marks. I guess I always had this for all the characters I have had always had it, and it's been so long that my brain actually has grown null to this exclamation mark, so maybe this won't bother me too much. At least this exclamation mark disappears. Okay, what does she have? Hexarray, Secret Rite. Hark, Princess Nachtraben, Osvaldo Krosfnavin, he who has witnessed the fall of countless worlds, sing now the starry septet for your sovereign. For this is the moment of deepest sin, when the gathered soul at the end of causality shattered the darkness of fate. Additionally, when Oz is on the field, party members will gain additional buffs effects. After a party member or nearby party member triggers an overload reaction, Fischl and other nearby active party members have their attack increased by 22.5% for 10 seconds. After a nearby party member triggers an electro charged or lunar charged reaction, Fischl and other nearby active party members have their elemental mastery increased by 90. I just realized my face is kind of blocking some of the UI elements here, but that's fine. Do we care about all the other ones? Let's see Venti and Klee, and then we'll just call it there. I think the only one left is like Razor. I guess there's Mona and stuff too, but let's see Venti and Klee. I think they're probably most relevant. While the Storm Eye created by the Elemental Burst, Wind's Grand Ode, is active, for 4 seconds after a nearby active character triggers a swirl reaction, that character's damage is increased by 50%. That's quite significant. I wonder if that's like after all the other calculations, or if it's like combined with anything other percentage increases. And Venti's Storm Eye deals 135% of its original damage. Okay, so they just literally just giving them more power. They're not changing their kits in any way. They don't seem all that interesting. It's just that now they do an additional thing that makes you more powerful, makes your team more powerful. It would have been cool if they had like different kinds of constellations. It would be cool if they have like a second set of constellation that's like, now Venti is a healer, and you can swap between the two. You can swap between like DPS and crowd control Venti, and then like the new healer Venti, and then you can re-pull for all the constellations for it. Oh man, that actually sounds really terrible for free-to-play players like me, because then it further widens the gap between like a person like me and people who actually like pay for the game. Okay. Oh no, the exclamation mark is above. There's still people with exclamation marks. Razor. Just get rid of these exclamation marks because they bug me. Wait, only Razor? What about Mona? Oh, wait, Mona has it too. Yeah, okay. Oh wait, that's still there. It's still there. And oh yeah, we said we were gonna do Klee, which is Eve's Sparkborn magic. Okay. When Klee deals damage with normal attacks, elemental skills, or elemental burst, she gains 1 boom badge that lasts 20 seconds. Each type of attack can grant at most 1 boom badge this way, and each badge has its own independent timer. While Klee has 1, 2, or 3 boom badges, her special charged attack, Boom Boom Strike, deals 115, 130, or 150% of its original damage. Okay, so it's literally just more power. Like tying it to elemental skill and stuff doesn't really like change the gameplay all that much. It's just literally more power, and I guess it incentivizes you to like use all 3 forms of attacks instead of just spamming one, which you really can't, since there's a timer on the elemental skill and there's energy resource on the burst, right? So you're normally, when you're playing, you'd be firing those off whenever they become available anyway, for the most part. So your play style doesn't really change with this update. You just get more powerful. Okay, we are 45 minutes in. And now we're finally gonna do the Archon quest. Oh, we go here to Columbina. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else I should worry about? Oh yeah, I chose Shenhe for my next, whatever this thing is. So this is what I'm gonna be doing now. The wild hunt vanishes, chaos subsides, and the boughs of the verdant crest fills out quietly with life. The bows. The Moon Prayer Night, the night when the moon draws closest to Davat, is drawing near. For a land and people long fractured, there is a no better balm than a delightful night of celebration. God, there's so much celebrations in this game. Oh my god, everything is worth celebration. I guess everything we do is like pretty high stakes and big accomplishments anyway, so that's why we have so much celebrations. But like, we've done this so much that I'm so numb to celebrations now. So yeah, we did that already. Yeah, sure, we killed a god, whatever. Yeah, sure, we killed a dragon, whatever. So why don't you and I step out together into this night of joy and laughter amidst the blooming flowers, bathed in the light of the moon? Is that what this says too? Go to Silver Moon Hall. The journey so far has reached a brief pause. Take a moment to rest and check on your companions. Okay, I'm going to... I guess we only have Lumine whenever we teleport here. I'm gonna go to the washroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was kind of holding that. I guess I should have went before I started the stream, but I kind of was eager to get the stream going, I guess, and was also kind of like overwhelmed, not really overwhelmed, but like trying to make sure like OBS and everything is running properly, my mic is connected properly, the camera is working properly. Like, I think because like the walls in this room is just like white. Whereas like in my previous room with all my setup and stuff, there was like other stuff going on. It was like reflecting light properly, but whereas in this room, like the same light, it feels a lot brighter. And like when I turned on the camera, I was like so super exposed that I was like, oh, I gotta mess with settings. What is all this? How do I change it so that it's not so like exposed and bright? But yeah, let's go to the Silver Moon Hall. Ooh, here we go. Columbina. She's technically like super powerful now, right? Because she has all 3 moon essence like charged her up.
Hey, she's sitting up!
Is me sitting here a rare sight?
Yeah, you're usually lying down.
No, we just thought you'd be
Yes.
resting.
Why would we think
Perhaps I
that?
would have been, were it not for the sudden arrival of some unexpected guests.
Why would we think she'd be resting? I would think she'd be up and about doing trying to spend more time with her like Marionette and Arlecchino friends, her Patui friends, since she like regained her powers, right? I think she'd try to like further her friendship with like the people that's important to her, right? Why would we think that she's just going to continue to be lazy and sleep around all day?
Not that I consider it a disturbance. After all, you are the only ones who are free to enter.
Oh, really?
Would it not be a little unfriendly of me to lie down while we speak?
I didn't realize you put so much thought into little things like that.
She flies now. Well, I guess she always knew how to fly. There was a crazy
Only
cutscene.
sometimes. There have been moments lately where I think about you and your companions.
There was a cutscene where she actually was flying while fighting against the Rear or so. She can fly.
They are warm, mysterious, and cozy memories. Very few of my past memories are anything like that. They say that travelers return home bearing bags full of souvenirs. But my luggage was empty, and I believed it would stay that way.
Return home? So, you're still planning on returning to the moon?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
this planet continues to reject me.
Oh, my face is
reminding me
covering.
that I do not belong here.
Should I make myself smaller? So small. Oh, I'm too small. Control Z. Maybe up here? Like over here? Something like that? Yeah, that's good, right? Anyway.
If I remain into that, there will come a day that I disintegrate. And
Oh,
I
no.
don't mean reduced to dust or turned into food for the flowers. I mean, I will cease to exist entirely.
Is that how it happened to the other moon goddesses?
Alright then. Well, we're sure gonna miss you. But it sounds like we'll have to say goodbye.
How do you intend to return?
I'm really glad they're doing more traveler voice lines.
The moon prayer night is soon to arrive. On that day, the moon will be closest to Tevat. The Kuvaki in this land will reach its peak at that time. I merely need to grasp the tide, and with relatively little effort.
Okay, sounds like she's not going to become a playable character then, just like the other Fatui Harbinger. Scarlet? No, that's not her name. Why do I keep thinking her name is Scarlet? What was the La Signora?
Oh, Paimon gets it! It'll work like a slingshot!
Sure.
You make it sound like she's gonna get blasted up to the moon.
Not blasted, hoisted.
If I did that, I suspect I would crash into the false sky. I will be using a much gentler approach, but I do like the analogy. It's fun.
You see? She gets Paimon's sense of humor.
In the blink of an eye, the time has come to part ways.
It does feel that way, doesn't it? Time seems to fly fastest when you are enjoying it. I have always thought of myself as a wanderer on this earth, and it has never expressed any desire to keep me here.
We know someone who's called the Wanderer.
Yet, just as I plan to depart, it tugs at my arm. Is this a gesture of affection?
He's
Or
also
is the world mocking me?
He used to be a Factory Harbinger. You might know him. Oh wait, he deleted himself from everyone's memories.
Oh. Were you hoping I can answer that?
I wonder if she remembers Scaramouche. Since she's technically not a part of Tevat, so you would think she's also not a part of Irminsul and all that crazy ley line memory magic. Because we weren't affected, we still remember him, because technically we're not from around here, right? So if she's from, maybe the magic also, whatever that's dictating how all this works, also like affects the celestial bodies around the planet as well, and she's still part of that in some way. So like the ley lines and whatever not just flows through the Tevat, the planet Tevat, it flows into like the three moons and stuff too, and that's why when the moons got destroyed and stuff, and their moon marrow and whatnot, their powers kind of like came to Tevat. I don't know. I wonder what their explanation is. Can we like just ask her, like, you're a part of the Harbingers, right? Do you remember someone by the name of Scaramouche? And then that would be a cool little like nod if that ever happens.
Yes, you are a traveler, so you must have a lot of experience in this area.
Then, what I would say is, enjoy the moment.
That's right! Don't overthink it! Happiness is happiness and joy is joy! The point is to enjoy it, not analyze it!
I see. Then what I would say is, even though I am very tired right now,
What, she's still
I'm
tired?
still happy.
But you got juiced by 3 moon marrow powers. Or I guess 2 plus her own, right? Wait, did she get her own power? I guess it's just the other 2. Like the one that we have and the one that Arlecchino has. And I guess the one she has is fading. And that's kind of the root of her power. I don't know. I honestly still don't really know how all that moon stuff works, especially with her.
I can't tell from the tone of your voice.
Oh, really? You don't think I sound happy?
I'm just kidding. I could tell you were in a good mood today from the moment we saw you.
Ah, a joke. Albeit not a funny one. Anyway, I assume you're here about you-know-what.
I what?
Give me your hand.
A what? I do not know what. Please tell me what.
Actually, it's not that. There's something else we wanted to discuss with you.
What? It's not what. Please let me know. I'm just thinking about what this could be. About her spaceship? About... Why would she need her hands? Oh, because she sees, like... She can see into the past or something, right? Or something, I don't remember.
Oh. Then, do you still want to give me your hand? Or not?
Give it to her anyway.
Sure.
Ah! I just killed some Hilichurl, so there's still some Hilichurl blood on it. So, I haven't washed it yet.
Thank you. So, I've heard that in the Moon Prayer Nights of the past, people here would hold celebrations in the Moon Goddess's honor. Since you helped so much in our fight against the Rehir of Solnari, I think you deserve a farewell party before you return home. I haven't asked everyone else for their opinions on this yet, but I'd like to invite you to join the upcoming Moon Prayer Night.
I've never joined a Moon Prayer Night before. I'm not sure what I would even do.
Oh, don't worry about that. We take care of everything. All you need to do is show up. Of course, there's no need to force it if you're not feeling strong enough. It's just, this kind of felt like a golden opportunity.
But they call me Kutar, and the Fatui have an arrest warrant out for me.
I do what now?
I shouldn't appear in public right now.
I don't know why they even bothered talking about this. She was literally at the Fatui, like, base and everything. Like, this, even though they say this, it's like already in the story. It's like they already established that it's not that important to the Fatui to arrest her and whatnot. But you can also say it's because Marionette is like giving her some favoritism, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there will definitely be complications, but
I'll make it work. You have my word.
Yeah, we got your back.
we'll give you some sunglasses.
Paimon's actually not too sure what she's planning.
We'll give her some sunglasses and give her a hat and give her like a overcoat, and no one will recognize her.
All right, if you're sure. I will not refuse your invitation.
I'm kind of sad
I suppose
that
it wouldn't hurt to pack a few more sights from this world into my suitcase before finally learning what my homeland looks like.
I'm kind of sad that this would heavily imply that she's not going to be a playable character.
Oh, if you see Lauma, please tell her that my answer to the question she asked me is neither yes nor no. Rather, it is. There is no need.
I wonder what the question was now.
That was kind of cryptic, but sure. Guess it's between the two of you. We'll pass along the message.
Why
Bye for now.
Why don't you just pass it along yourself? If it's so important. What happens if we forget because we have other things to do, like find our brother? Oh no, is she dying?
And also, I do not know.
You do not know what? So cryptic. Okay. Whoop.
Since she's agreed to join the festival, let's go see who else wants to take part. Lauma's gotta be the person most familiar with the Moon Prayer Night. We should start with her. Also, what exactly is your plan to keep her safe?
Not sure yet. I'll figure something out.
What? Are you serious? And Paimon even gave you her vote of confidence back there. When did you become so sneaky?
Okay. A bit of a dialogue there. I didn't want to like accidentally teleport. Like a lot of the randomly playing dialogue and stuff in the open world, if you go into your map, it like gets rid of it. So you can potentially be missing out on some stuff. Whee! Whee! Oh, Varka is here. Dang, he's tall. He is taller than Lauma with her antlers. Is he going to be the tallest person in the game when he? I hope he becomes a character too. It seems like he's being geared up to be a playable character, right? Right? They're not just gonna put him in front of this super cool, tall, handsome man in front of us that is like supposed to be super strong and not let us play as him, right?
Beats me. I had a bit too much to drink last night, and when I woke up, I was on Hisi Island.
Mr. Varka is helping to oversee Nasha Town's preparations for Moon Prayer Night. He is here to go over some details regarding the decorations and custom cloth designs.
Right, yeah, that too.
What do you mean, that too?
So, preparations are already underway?
Yes. Celebrating this festival is a long-held tradition here in Nod Krai. On this day, the crescent moon at the top branches of the verdant crest turns into a full moon, and the moon prayer blossoms bloom with a special radiance. Our people take these to be blessed omens.
Yeah, for some reason, the only thing I can think of looking at this scene is that there's like, what do you call it? Like, lunoculus, I guess? That gets shown up on the treasure compass that's like in this area here. I spent like maybe like half an hour being like, how do I get to that? And I was like exploring around this cliff area, this mountainous area. And I eventually gave up and went like, how do you actually get to that specific one? I looked it up and it's like, you have to do a specific quest that opens up a room inside the mountain. I was like, I'll do that later. And then I never did it. Oh, maybe I'll remember one day and actually do it.
It's an especially welcome event coming off the back of all that nasty business with Rare. Everyone got put through the ringer recently, and now they're looking to turn their fortunes around. The big shots in town all agree that a big, lively celebration is just what we need to rebuild people's faith in this place.
No wonder Catherine said that people weren't so bothered about the religious element.
That's right. It's become more of a local custom by this point. The celebrations have little to do with whether the religious stories behind this event are true or not. Even the Frost Moon Scions are eagerly awaiting the coming of Moon Prayer Night, despite now knowing that their past beliefs were founded on a falsehood.
That's fair. It's a bit like the lantern ride in Liyue. It's a chance for people to enjoy themselves, not debate the existence of the Adepti.
Although, in their case, the Adepti definitely do exist. We've had plenty of them in our time.
Oh, one other thing. We just went to see Columbina. We went ahead and invited her to take part in the festival this time. Hope it's okay.
Wait, so... you mean she agreed to it? Huh. That's quite a surprise.
Then, I suppose that she intends to return to the moon on that day.
Oh, yeah! It's kind of a complicated process, but basically, it's like a slingshot.
She probably shouldn't have endorsed your metaphor.
I understand. In truth, I had a feeling that she might make such a decision. Well, if Kuthar has decided to participate in the festival, we should prepare accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. She was saying how it could be risky for her to show her face in public. We were wondering if there was any way we could hide her.
Unfortunately, the people who carved the statues did an excellent job of capturing her likeness. It will be very challenging to hide a goddess whose face everyone is so familiar with.
Darn! We may have bitten off more than we can chew here.
I don't know why, but them saying like, or Lauma saying like, oh, her likeness is very recognizable. In my brain, I was like, oh, what happens if we changed how she looks? And then it tangentially connected to, wait a second, wasn't there a story plot recently where someone can shapeshift? Oh yeah, there was someone in the story. I guess it ended up being Reichdar of Solnari, Rerear. He turned into our brother apparently, and we went on an adventure with him. That's another thing. That's another thing that like never really resolved, right? Like, I'm trying to think, like, why did he turn to our brother specifically? What did he want from us? The spaceship? No, he wanted to get access to that, the moon enchanter artifact, right? But why did he turn, how does he know our brother? So there's a whole thing there, right? How does he know us? How does he know our brother? How does he know that he can exploit us using this power to turn into our brother that he had, that I guess he came back to life? Wait, he was a spirit of some kind that had the ability to shapeshift into people, and there was a whole story plot where nobody was trusting anybody because they thought it could potentially be an imposter, right? So not only can he shapeshift to our brother, he can shapeshift into anyone, and he shapeshifted into one of the Ratniks. Has something to do with the cannon that Inefa, no, not Inefa, the other one. Imo was Imo was fixing. There's a whole thing about that I feel like was not very well, it wasn't really well packaged. It was just like a thing they threw out there just to get the plot going, just to get some sort of like mystery going. And then the moment we find out that it was Rerear, and then he came back to life, and then he became a super threat, and then we focused on dealing with this new threat. But then a lot of the questions that came up during that first story when we're investigating all this was just kind of put aside and then never talked about again. So I don't know why my brain just went like, oh, we can disguise her. Oh, someone knows how to disguise. Oh, that was our story. Yeah, it had to do with us. And it just kind of went, got distracted by that. I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying.
Nah, don't sweat the small stuff. We can handle that.
Huh? Are you saying you have a plan?
Not as such, no, but the most important thing with a festival is to keep the mood light and your spirits up. You can't go preparing for a festival with those long faces. You'll never convince anyone to enjoy themselves.
The Mondstatter spirit is strong with this one.
As it happens, I agree with Mr. Varka. Let's start by making our appreciation for Kutar the beating heart of the festive atmosphere. And who knows? Once we get the ball rolling, perhaps everything will just fall into place.
Hey! Did you catch that? Lauma said the thing! Or close enough at least.
What's the thing, Paimon?
I'm looking forward to the Moon Prayer Night already. We have a festival in Mondstadt called Windbloom.
Oh, really?
And you can always tell which couples are celebrating it for their first time by the smiles on their faces. Big, beaming smiles like their whole face is glowing. And I have a feeling we'll get to see that same smile on the Moon Goddess's face at this festival.
Not quite the same, surely.
She has a smug face.
Anyway, I'll take care of business in the city, but I'll have to leave the decor up to you and the Frost Moon Scions.
I really
no
like...
one else can capture that traditional aesthetic quite like you guys.
I really like how they position Lauma in this in this scene here. Just perfectly accentuating her assets and a side profile that we can really appreciate.
But lastly, there's the final key element that brings the festival to life. Companionship.
We'll take care of that part, haha.
Before you leave, let me show you something that we've been preparing. Mr. Varka had asked to see it already, so you may as well tag along. Also, I have some further questions about Kutar's decision.
Why are you asking us? Should you not be asking her? Why are we like the messenger person? We already forgot to tell her about the answer. Maybe that comes later. Something about it's not a yes or a no, but that she doesn't need it. Nope. Follow now, man. Look around. I thought those raccoon paws were boobs. What does that say about me? Inefa's knee is poking out. It looks even worse. It looks like the raccoon is showing off something else. I remember, where was it? I think it was in Inazuma. Oh, maybe it was not Inazuma. There was one where I think I was a Raiden Shogun. Something like this. But then they put a stool there. I guess it's for like if you're Klee, you're supposed to stand on it and your Klee's face would be able to poke through the littler character or whatever. But then if you stand on it, I think I stood on a Raiden Shogun, and the only thing that showed through on the hole, the face hole, was like her boobs, kind of like this. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Huh? What's this? They sure look like they're having fun.
I believe so. Kuhenki seem very skilled at playing drums like these, although I'm not sure where they learned it from.
Maybe it's an innate talent? In their eyes, they're probably just playing with toys.
Luonotar.
Luonotar! You want to play too?
Guess not.
Yeah. She looks more confused than anything.
You had to give her an electric guitar, then she can rock out.
Maybe we can teach her next time if we get the chance.
Wait, why did this random little creature hit on the left side? Dun 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 dun.
What are these floaty things?
What floaty things?
Moon veils.
What?
We hang them from buildings in the city during the festival.
These things?
When you look at the sky through them, it creates a lovely misty effect.
What? Are they talking about those things hanging there? I guess I was too busy looking at drums to pay attention.
Everyone seems hard at work.
They are preparing items for Moon Prayer Night. For instance, the sculpture being made over here, Mr. Varka and I were just finalizing the details of where it will be placed.
Is this similar to like the Ming Xiao lantern during Lantern Night?
Ah, there she is. I didn't know the finished article would be so large. Not to worry, though. All the necessary arrangements have been made. Just let me know once it's ready, and I'll get some people to ship it over.
You have my thanks. And over here, we are preparing a very traditional confection.
Ooh.
Oh, look at all these colors! It looks great! Can Paimon try one?
You can try 3.
Of course.
But only
I
3.
have a feeling you'll like it a lot.
You bet! Sweets and treats are Paimon's favorite!
If you included those in the Feast of the Moon, I bet Paimon would have joined the Frost Moon Scions by now.
There will also be verdant crests like this present in Nasha Town during the festival. The timing of Moon Prayer Night is not completely set in advance. We make a rough estimate, then observe the changes in the verdant crests and moon prayer blossoms to guide us. As such, the wait itself is a fun feature of this particular festival.
Ooh. How indecent.
Let's talk here. To tell the truth, I am very surprised to hear that Kutar is willing to participate in the festival.
Like when Columbina comes and goes like, I hate that statue. Why do they have to make me look like I'm not wearing anything? They could at least give me some better clothes.
I once asked her if she'd be willing to stay with the Frost Moon Scions. I could introduce her to everyone, and we could be a family to one another.
But the reason why she left was because everyone was like praying to her to like fix all their problems or something like that, right? She's like, oh, I don't want to just be everyone's crutch. You guys need to deal with your own problems. So I think she's afraid of that, right? Like everyone's like praying to her and also blaming her for when things don't go their way.
She did not answer, but she has not appeared here since. I took this to mean her answer was no, but if that were the case, she would not have accepted this invitation.
Speaking of the answer, she asked us to pass along a message. There is no need. We didn't have the first part where she said it's not a yes nor a no.
I see. Maybe she is right. Maybe the Frost Moon Scions of today no longer need a moon goddess. But my wish was not for her to come here and be worshipped as a deity. I simply wanted to offer her a place to stay. I'm sure she believes that showing herself here might invite Fatui intervention, and as such, she does not wish to cause us trouble. But what really pains me about all this is that this is her birthplace. She ought to belong here, yet no one has been able to grant her shelter.
I think I'm qualified to weigh in here. When someone's about to depart on a long trip, what they need is blessings, not burdens. We should wish her the best, not make the journey harder than it already is. Anyway, she's agreed to attend, hasn't she? All we need to do is simply respect her decision.
I see your point. Yes, she will soon depart after all.
Our job is to leave her with some happy memories. Besides, who's to say her journey to the moon is a one-way trip? It's not like she can't come back and visit if she wants, right?
I don't know, there's this thing called the fake sky in between, so... Will we have to wait till the next year the moon is super close to the Earth again? Or to Tevat? Because this is not the Earth. It is really pointed out that is not Earth.
Paimon agrees wholeheartedly. Festivals are all about having fun, so let's keep it simple.
All right, I'm gonna head back to Nasha Town soon. Want to come with? I'm guessing you have some other folks to visit there.
Sure, sounds good.
Sure thing, let's go. Bye for now, Wilma.
Thank you all. Goodbye.
Goodbye. A traveler needs blessing, not burdens. It sounds good in principle, but will blessing alone be enough for Columbina? Wing! Is that a quest complete, I hear? Wait, is that... Return to Nasha Town together with Varka. Actually, let's look it up. Would it be okay to... No, it's not. Okay. I have like... I usually pull up the wiki just to make sure I don't like... Oh man, these stories can drag out so long that even with like the wiki, I've been kind of frustratingly having to... I don't know, I guess I get like into the mood to finish the story and stuff. And it kind of like makes it harder. Does this work? Oh, you... Yeah, so we are here, I guess? So we did not get a quest complete. We're on step 6. So we're... Oh, I'm thinking like probably by the time we get here, it's probably a good place to like end things. So we're about halfway through, if this is any indication. Okay, we'll get rid of the browser here. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. We'll go to Nasha Town. I do want to pick up some of this stuff, though. Yeah. Whoa, there's secret codes in there. There's a bunch of moon phases. Okay, we'll go to Nasha Town. These two. I'm thinking I would want. I'm gonna pull
over
for
there.
Durin.
It's Durin and Albedo with Flints. What could they be chatting about?
I'm thinking I want to pull for Durin, but it's been so long since I did like a wish pull, Genshin Impact gacha pull video. I don't know. Like a part of me don't really want to continue to do that. Because it's kind of, I don't know, I've done it for so long that the content for those is like more or less the same throughout all the videos. It's like, what am I gonna get today? I really hope I get this thing. Oh no, I didn't get it. Or, oh yay, I got it. It's like, I don't know, it's a little bit repetitive. But at the same time, like, that's the only thing really getting traffic to my channel, because I guess people like watching other people like get the good stuff a lot of the times. It's like kind of cathartic, I think, when you get to see someone pull characters that you also want and you see them have it. It's like pretty, it's like you share in the joy, right? But I don't know, I feel like live streaming is like what I want to do the most, and like cutting together videos and stuff is like something I don't want to do as much anymore. But at the same time, I don't know, like the wish videos, I do want to pull for him, but I don't know if I want to turn that into a video. But at the same time, I still kind of want to keep that tradition going, just to like continue to show off this account being free to play and still being able to like access a lot of the characters that I want, or most of them, I guess. The only one that I really missed out on that I'm still really mad about is Clorind. How badly I like failed to get Clorind. Or I guess not I failed, just unlucky, I guess. And yeah, Durin, it seems like, oh man, but at the same time, Nilou had like a similar attack kind of playstyle. But I was gonna say, like in Wuthering Waves, a lot of the like S rank characters or the 5-star characters, I don't remember exactly how they classified the rarer ones, but they combo from like their skill to their burst or their normal attacks, charged attacks. They have air attacks and plunging attacks and stuff. They all like they all have like different ways they can combo into each other, kind of, sorta. And it seems like they're leaning into that more with Durin, and also Flynn's as well, I think, because his is like you can combo from his, I think you can like use his elemental skill into an elemental skill into a burst or something like that. So he does have like some more interesting combos as well. And I kind of really like that about the newer character designs, or maybe like the Nod Krai character designs. But then again, like I said, Nilou had that kind of sorta, where you can use your elemental skill, and depending if you use like a regular attack or if you go back to elemental skill, it like triggers different aspects of her combat kit, which is exactly how his works, actually, isn't it? Like, you use his elemental skill, it puts him in a state for you to choose whether you want to like either support your friends, or if you want to use him as DPS, I think. And then it combos into the burst. And depending on which you choose, the burst does something different or something like that. But I think Nilou's burst always does the same thing. It's just that branching off from her elemental skill is like the one thing that's different. So yeah, anyways, I thought his kit was pretty interesting and pretty fun to play. So I was thinking I was going to pull for him, and I've been saving. I have not been doing any pulls for a while now, and I've been saving. And also Yehoda is on his banner, which is another new character, which is probably would be cool to unlock. But at the same time, I really like the character, but her character kit is not that fun to play. You just like run into battle while holding a bomb, and depending on like what kind of energy, what kind of elemental energy she sucks up as she's running or something like that, that's how like her kit works. Because she's a Nemo character, and she, I guess, in that sense, can do her own swirls. I don't know. I guess I haven't looked into her kit enough to really form a good opinion on how well or how bad I think it is. But I don't know. Initial gut reaction, I feel like it's not too fun, because when you're running, you're not doing any damage, right? And for my gamer brain, I want to be doing damage all the time, every second, all the pulses, combining all the elemental reactions, and watching numbers pop up constantly, which Yehoda's kit doesn't always allow for that.
Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't even remember what they were talking about.
Ah, Grand Master, and the Traveler and Paimon. Hello there.
Hello
It's
there.
Been a while.
Been a
Perfect.
while.
We have some new volunteers for our investigation.
Sorry, what investigation?
Wait, let me guess.
I just
The
gave him a
righteous
high five.
Lightkeepers are finally ready to hunt down the abyssal dragon.
It might not make sense to you, but my screen is here, and his hand was there, so I gave him a high five when he put up his hand like that.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, right. Oh, wait. Why does everyone keep saying that too?
Well,
That's a good question.
To be precise, the facts match, but not the causality.
Wait, so I guessed right?
Half right. Don't act so impressed with yourself.
Maybe I can explain. We ran into Mr. Flint's north of Nashatown.
Are we not north of Nashatown right now?
At that time, we just noticed a few abyssal creatures out in the
further
wild.
north.
But the strange thing was, I didn't detect any traces of abyssal energy on them at all. On closer inspection, we realized that they were not real monsters, but something akin to reflections in the water, or perhaps a mirage.
Huh?
Huh?
What do you mean? Like, you could see them but not touch them?
Exactly. It was very peculiar. They roared and tried to attack us, but we could not make any physical contact with them.
Uh-oh.
I think I've heard of things like that happening in Nod Krai before, but I don't know much about it.
Yes, it's a known phenomenon. Mirage-like illusions tend to appear in Nod Krai in the run-up to Moon Prayer Night. From a distance, they appear quite real. I myself thought that Misters Durin and Albedo were locked in battle with abyssal monsters when I first arrived.
But after sharing intel and investigating a little further, we can confirm that these illusions are harmless. There is no great cause for concern.
I see. I'm glad that they weren't real.
All the Mirage stories I've heard are either animals, rocks, or small houses. Abyssal monsters, though? That's a first.
Is this gonna tie into, like, Alice and them? Or is that... I don't know. I guess deep inside I want Alice and the whole, like, witches and Mondstadt and stuff to be more in the forefront of the story of the Archon quest now. So I'm, like, eager to have her in the story. But is all the witches, Hexen Circle, Mondstadt stuff just that side quest where they introduce that new feature to power up, like, older characters? Or does Alice actually, like, play into the current thing? I'm trying to remember if they said anything about this, and I feel like they did. I feel like they implied that Alice is actually going to make, like, a full appearance, like her actual character was going to make a full appearance in this update, wasn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping too hard.
It's a first for me too, so I'm planning to look into it further just to be on the safe side. I intend to inspect a few more locations.
What about you two? Any plans?
Alice contacted me a few days ago.
Yes.
She'd like me and Durin to assist her with an experiment.
Yes, can we come?
But we lost contact
Ah,
shortly
gosh
after
darn it.
receiving the message. I'm sure that comes as no surprise to anyone familiar with her. We don't know when the wind will blow, yet when the wind blows, we will know.
I feel like Mondstadt
That,
has the
in
best
a
character
nutshell,
designs.
Describes how Alice operates.
The Mondstadt characters all look like really well like themed and designed. Like the red on the other side of his, like, gloves, like, makes that part stand out so well, right? And since he's like an artist and stuff, like, emphasizing his hands visually, I feel like it's, like, kind of a nice aspect of the design.
Yeah, that tracks.
I guess he's also an alchemist, which, does that have anything to do with hands? I guess think of, like, Full Metal Alchemist, where they, like, do this to do their alchemy, but I guess that that's like a different series altogether.
Okay. Well, I suggest we investigate this Mirage business in the meantime. It's piqued my curiosity, and I'm pretty sure I know someone who will already be 10 steps ahead of us.
Oh no.
Well
I hope
said.
he's not talking about Nefer.
Right? Whatever's happening in Nod Krai, she always seems to be the first one to know. Let's go see what she knows. Staff at the festival while we're at it.
You mean Nefer and Yehoda? Yehoda is an interesting character, I think. But Nefer, I just don't like. I don't know if they purposely made her unlikable because that's just her character. That's what they wanted to go for. If that's what they did a really good job, because I really do not like Nefer. Alright, Curatorium of Secrets. Here we go. Can I just take this? Whee! Lift activated. No way. That's actually kind of dangerous, right? This kid. He's like playing soccer, or he's playing football, someone throws the ball and he's like looking back trying to catch the ball while running. But this elevator's not here, and he just like falls off.
Accelerating.
I guess going up here wasn't actually the way to go. Are you?
Yep.
Haha! These people have names. Hiram and Kirka. What do they say? Yet you answered, messenger. Even without understanding their history, you took the parcel they handed you and returned here, reeking of bear. What bear? It's just some platinum jewelry that I brought from Snezhnograd to Nasha Town. It's addressed to Miss Golitsnya. As usual, yes, but it's not like it's some dangerous contraband. Perhaps this time, but you know, messenger, you will know. Whatever comes, whatever is carried, it'll have to be in your package, in your hands. So much destruction has been written in the earth here, it runs red with blood of bears and does. I wonder what bears and does, not does. As in female deers. Right? It'll bleed more before the sun sets on Nod Krai, till all red is buried by the black. So I guess these are code named for the Sneznai, or not Sneznaians, the Fatui and the moon people. Golitsnya does not matter. The package sent from the north to Nash Town is more than just jewelry. Who are you, who do not know your deliveries? One day, sooner or later, you'll come to know. Wait, what is going on here? What in the... Look, I have no idea what you're saying. That's exactly what that's what I was thinking. But you're totally right, okay? If you're done flapping your lips, it's finally time for us to get to work. We still have a whole pile of packages to deliver by today. I have no idea what they're talking about, and I regret listening into their conversation. Enter the second floor of the Curatorium of Secrets. Ooey, 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 ooah. Alright, Nefer, what do you got for us? Please redeem yourself in my eyes.
I have noticed. There's certainly something a little fishy about this situation. Only a little, though.
Only a little, though, huh?
Records indicate that this phenomenon can occur in the days before and following Moon Prayer Night. That said, it has always been a rare sight in the past.
So these random mirages and whatever appearing is connected to the moon's power or something, maybe?
The odds of encountering these phantoms are similar to looking up in the night sky, happening to see a shooting star, and managing to make a wish before it disappears. But this time, either everyone's getting lucky, or they're appearing far more frequently than usual. Yehoda's out gathering intel as we speak. In the meantime, let me check off some points of interest.
Did it have anything to do with us finding the other moon mirror that we gave to Arlecchino? Because that's now, like, activated in this world? Because it was in another dimension altogether, right? The dimension that Ririr's girlfriend or something was researching and stuff. yeah, we took it out of that dimension and fused it into Arlecchino somehow.
First, the Abyss.
The ones we saw seem to be abyssal monsters.
Indeed. But we have identified one location where many more of them have made an appearance. And not just monsters, but human phantoms, too. Given the scale and nature of the phantoms, it's almost as if someone's last memories are coming to life. Or perhaps the memories of multiple people.
Oh.
So you mean the phantom monsters are hunting down the phantom humans?
Ooh. Are we seeing some, like, scars of the space-time continuum?
Exactly. The phantoms can interact with each other, but we have no means of intervening. In addition, some of the human phantoms would seem to be from the very distant past. This is clear both from the clothing they wear and the stories they tell.
And the language they use.
They claim to be from Hyperborea.
I have no idea what that is.
A name which I've heard from Lauma before. If this is true, it means they must be from 6,000 years ago.
6,000 years ago. So 200 years ago, right? Was it 200 or 500? Was when our brother appeared, and that's when the big calamity happened, right? With oh mate, am I remembering some of these times? Wasn't it like 200 to 500 in the hundreds of years ago was when the Healy Churls or the curse, the heavenly principle keeper cursed the Conrayans with immortality and whatnot, and the sinners and whatnot. That was, for some reason I'm leaning towards 200 for some reason when Conraya got destroyed, but at the same time maybe it was 2000. I feel like 200 is not that whole lot of a year for some of the stuff that we see. It feels older for some reason. But 6,000 years is even before like King Desret and stuff, right? This is like way, way, way into the past. This is before like Greater Lord Rukkhadevata sacrificed herself and the whole Archon and all that stuff. Interesting. This is the point. This is parts. If I was playing this game alone and on my own time, this is where I'd be like, okay, hold off, pull up like a browser and start looking up like timelines and stuff. And it's like, oh, if I was playing some other game, I'd be like, oh, I want to, like, I've been doing that quite a bit in Guild Wars, I think. I looked up, like, one of the recent things in Guild Wars was I found out Svanir was Jorah's brother during the Isle of the North campaign, which I should have known, but I guess that detail was never really like sunk into my mind. And in Guild Wars 2, which is like, I don't know, like 250 years or something after the events of Guild Wars 1, maybe it was 200 in that game, 200 years. I'm getting my different lores mixed up. But anyway, there's actually an entire like faction of people called the Sons of Svanir. So like in that moment, I was like, wait, Jorah's brother's name is Svanir? And then like the puzzle pieces in my brain connected. It's like, oh, this is reference to Guild Wars 2 was referencing Jorah's brother this entire time with this faction of enemies that we keep fighting against called the Sons of Svanir. And yeah, after that stream, I actually went and wikied the Guild Wars wiki and tried to like learn more about it. And it's like, I don't know, that kind of stuff is what I kind of enjoy with a lot of these games, where you get to like learn about the setting and the lore and the timelines of how all the different interesting events and stuff. And yeah, this game, I feel like it doesn't really do a good job in the storytelling, but at least if you go look for it yourself, it's still like it's still pretty cool to know like some of the stuff that happened. I feel like they did a way better job before when we went into the underground with the Cataclysm. I think the Cataclysm, that big like underground area in Liyue, where we needed like that light. Why don't they bring that game mechanic back? I feel like they could make a super dark area again in Nod Krai or something, where you had to go underground again, and just bring that mechanic back with the progress of upgrades that you had, and then maybe build on top of that, and just like start exploring the darkness and stuff with your lights. And oh man, that was good back in the day. But like I remember when that was released, and you would do some of the quests there, and you would find some of the written notes and stuff, and I feel like they did a better job during that time giving out lore about the area and stuff and making it consumable. Whereas now it's like mostly like big books with many pages that you had to read through, and it's just dumped at you. And I don't know. It was a lot cooler back. It was paced better back then, I think. But now I guess they just have so much going on that they just gotta like cram it in, right?
Did Paimon hear that right? 6,000 years?
That's 4 fingers, Paimon.
It sounds like this merits further exploration.
That'd be a big help. I'll leave it with you, Albedo. My knowledge of ancient history is non-existent.
Paimon is
I
just
used
like
to doze off every time the pre-Knights Favonius era came up in class.
It's quite a miracle that you were able to understand these phantoms' speech, given how long ago they lived.
I suppose you're right. But I'll leave the archaeologists to ruminate over that conundrum. As an intelligence broker, my sole interest is in the value of the information I gather. Which, in this case, hopefully means earning myself some good favor with our dear Lady Moonchanter.
Wait, what? What do you mean earning yourself some good favor? Doesn't she already owe you a bunch of stuff? That she's... I don't understand this. Nefer's character feels like she's in her own world a lot of the times, and she doesn't really seem to like jive well with the information that we know. I don't know. Maybe she's just so far ahead of. She has so much information. That's why we don't understand what she's saying. We're really put in place right now. But yeah, I thought the Lady Moonchanter was like, or I guess Lauma is who she's referring to. Wasn't there a whole like story arc or dialogue session where Lauma's like, oh man, we owe you for this. We owe you because you sacrificed your chess piece. Or your chessboard and chess pieces. We owe you for getting us this information. We owe you for helping us in the fight against the Solaria Arachni and possibly endangering your reputation with everyone. We owe you so much. So like, what do you mean, Nefer? This is why, I guess this is a big reason why I don't like Nefer. Like, it's like, what do you mean? Earning yourself some good favor. You already earned like more. Like Lauma already feels so indebted to her, and at the same time it was because like she's always like transactional with a lot of the stuff that she's like, oh, I'll only do this for you if blah 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 blah. So like we were writing a lot of blank checks to her pretty much. So like I don't know, the idea of writing blank checks is like in practice, I guess I don't really like, so that's why like that kind of adds on top of why I don't like this character. But then we're supposed to believe that she's super capable and she's actually really kind-hearted and she's know what she's doing and she's actually very trustworthy and stuff. That's how they like dialogue exposit that to us and try to kind of convey that in some of the stuff she does, but then at the same time it's just like not very, it's just like the way she like goes about a bunch of stuff is just like you're asking for payment again, you're asking for all this other stuff again, you're wasting everyone's time again. So say if you're gonna come here and not help, then why are you here? But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I went on a really a rant on her.
So calculating. Whew, this intel broker logic always catches Paimon by surprise.
This intel broker logic always makes me mad.
Sounds to me like we could split the work up.
I think the abyssal phenomenon is best left to Albedo, Flint's, and me.
Agreed. It coincides with my duty as a lightkeeper.
Duty.
For my part, I'd like to understand the abyss better. Even a little knowledge would go a long way.
This is certainly a rare opportunity to study the abyss. But even rarer, perhaps, is the chance to make contact with the ancients.
The Curatorium will take the lead on investigating the Hyperboreans. We put in the work to learn what we know so far, It seems only fair that we get some quantity of exclusive intel.
That just leaves our trusty team of 2 unassigned.
Seems like it, yeah. Wait, we're a team? Since when? Seems like it, yeah.
Since you became an honorary knight, of course. This was part of my grand plan all along.
Oh, Varka.
Oh, yeah. By the way, we managed to convince Columbina to come to the Moon Prayer Night celebrations. Would you and Yehoda like to join too?
She agreed to that? Huh. Quite an achievement. Never underestimate the traveler, I guess. I'd be happy to join. No point shutting myself inside when the streets are all decked out. I doubt any clients will be visiting during the festival in any case. And Yehoda loves a party, so I'm sure she'll jump at the opportunity.
She jumps at the opportunity. Wait, why is she saying no, though?
Way to contradict me in front of...
Wait, no, that's not what I have bad news, boss. So many people. All right, everyone inside, quick.
Oh, she's got bad news. Oh, look at her go.
This is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. I saw one of those phantoms at Star Sand Shoal, and it was some sort of flying ship.
Oh, is that like the ship we've been looking for since the very first like story beat that got us here to Nod Krai in the first place? Is it our ship? The traveler ship? Click.
Like a spaceship?
A spaceship at Star Sand Shoal? ...
That's gotta be the one you came to Tibet in. You said you saw the same thing through the moon marrow, right?
Right.
Huh? You already know about it? Ugh, I thought I was gonna blow people's minds. Turns out I'm the last to find out.
Oh, you can see like her leg here is a little bit supple because her torn stocking is like kind of constricting the chubs a little bit, so you get a little bit of an effect there. Man, Nefer's not paying you enough to like replace your stocking. That's so sad. Unless she's so busy that she hasn't had the chance to do that yet.
Wait, back up. You came here in a spaceship?
Yeah, just like Superman.
Now my mind is blown. What's it like on the inside? Was it like flying through space? I want to know everything.
Maybe that's a conversation for next time. This is still a huge discovery on your part.
Yep, exactly. Huge discovery. You're the best. Second best intel broker in the world. After your boss, of course.
I still think Yelan is better, but I guess she's not an intel broker. Yelan is like just intelligence officer in general, right? Intelligence agent. So Yelan's a spy, and Nefer is a broker.
Wow. Really?
Yelan has shown way more competence.
I don't know if I'm all that, but...
I guess that decides where we're heading next.
Oh, Paimon looks sad.
Come on, don't look at me like that. I know the spaceship doesn't have anything to do with me, but you don't want to leave me as the only one twiddling my thumbs, do you? Please?
Fair enough. You can tag along.
In that case, let's meet back here to discuss our findings once we're done.
I wish everyone a productive investigation.
You too.
YouTube? That's where I'm streaming to right now.
What's up, boss? Aren't we gonna head out?
Tell me, Yehoda, when did the curatorium start giving out intel for free?
This is the reason why I don't like her. It's just like, ugh, you're about this again.
Oh,
She's so mean to her.
sorry, boss.
They didn't linger it too much this time, so ooh, we're kind of saved from that BS, the Nefer BS. Okay, so we just go straight there? Is that what they want?
accelerating.
Oh, hello. So we actually, they're literally a spaceship. I didn't even expect there. I thought we were gonna go into like a place, like into an instance or something before we actually see something. Whee! And then there's phantom people.
Well, what do you know? Yehoda was right on the money. This phantom really is your spaceship. But that's so weird. Why would it show up here? Is it some kind of projection? Or a ghost? Like, maybe it no longer exists, but somehow it left an afterimage?
I'm not sure either.
Ah, you're already here.
Miss Lauma, what a surprise. I thought you were busy with festival preparations.
I was, until one of our people informed me that a strange sight had appeared at Starsand Shoal. No one's ever seen something quite like this before. I thought I should see it for myself.
Same here. Oh, so we heard that these things appear around the festival period. Any idea why that is?
Unfortunately not. We have very limited information about them, since they can't be interacted with. And no human phantoms have ever made an appearance before now.
What?
The most we've been able to deduce is that these sightings appear to be connected to the increase in Kuvaki energy around this time.
Kuvaki energy. Why would there be an increase in Kuvaki energy? Or is she saying, like, in general, during this time of year when the moon is closest, Kuvaki energy increases because Kuvaki energy is from the moon or something like that? Or is she saying, like, specifically there's more Kuvaki energy this time around than compared to previous time around? And that could be what's explaining why not only are there, like, where are those something just regular objects and stuff, there's actually like phantoms of like living things. Let's look around and see what we can find out.
Yeah, seems like that's all we can do. This is all so confusing.
Allow me to lend you a hand.
Oh, okay. Whoa, this person's got a symbol thing on her back. That phantom thing?
Everyone, our friend here should
Your
be able
dear
to provide
friend?
us with some information.
Is that a phantom Rhymehorn deer?
I thought you can't interact with them.
I've heard about how the Frost Moon Scions live in harmony with the animals and can even communicate with them. That's coming in handy now, for sure.
Wait, what? I thought there's no interaction. Like, you can't touch. There's just like a after image. Because Albedo and Durin, I guess they just couldn't fight those Rift Hounds. They didn't actually try to talk to them or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Then how about this?
Because what's stopping us from talking to the phantom people that are like hanging out there then? Beep, 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 beep. What is that music note? What kind of noise is this deer making to say a music note?
Oh, it's leaving.
It appears to share our curiosity about this giant spaceship, so I asked it if it wouldn't mind investigating along with some friends. In return, I told it about some nearby spots where the wild fruit grows abundantly. We may live in a different era from these phantoms, but I trust that the terrain, climate, and ecology here are more resistant to the effects of time than some things are. Let's give them a moment.
I don't know if that's an assumption you can make. After a few moments, the rhinestone deer, something, I can read it in time.
Must have been a lot of fruit.
Oh, that's a lot of friends.
Indeed. Now let me ask them some questions.
Doot, doot, doot. What would they say?
It did find a lot of wild fruit, enough for them to feast for a long while. This puffin circled in the air several times, but didn't spot anything out of the ordinary. Certainly nothing to do with the spaceship.
Huh. Well, it definitely makes sense to get a bird's eye view.
So why is she able to communicate with the past phantom animals, but we can't just go up to this guy and be like, hey, how are you doing? Will we freak them out, or will they freak us out or something? Is that what we're trying to avoid?
Indeed. Other than that, I was also thinking that the world these phantoms see is also different from ours.
Oh, I get what you mean. The wild fruit exist in both times and spaces, but there might also be things that only exist in that space-time, which we can't see.
Because we don't see their whole world. We only see small fragments.
Good point. Great thinking, Lauma.
Blunthorn rhinos can use kuvaki to shift great rocks, but this one says it couldn't get that ship to budge by even an inch.
Because it's made with tungsten.
The sniffer mole tried too, but despite being a skilled digger, it could not get through.
Because it's made of tungsten.
They say that the spaceship looks robust and undamaged.
Because it's made of tungsten.
It seems completely impervious to any and all attacks. Whatever lies within is well defended from harm.
So, just like us humans, there was nothing they could do about this spaceship either.
Yes. Still, they deserve our thanks. We are grateful for all your efforts, dear friends.
Dear
Now go
friends, I get
and
it.
enjoy your feast.
I guess only that one guy is a deer, so maybe it doesn't... it's not a pun that I want it to be.
I've noticed some other human phantoms gathered nearby. Come on, let's go talk to them.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess we talked to the animals first, and then we decided to talk to the humans. Why did we decide to... Is it because of Lauma, they needed to contrive like a story where she talks to animals, since that's like one of her character traits? Why did we not just straight up talk to these people? And it looks like these two are actually just these two for some reason. Alright. Join Farka in communicating with the Phantoms. Kuti and Ilmatar. Oh no, the hairstyle on those two are different. What do these guys have to say? Hold on, what does the deer have to say? Whoa! Whoa, ooh. Hey, that's a neat little, like, thing. They had to design this. they thought of the case where a stupid player like me would try and run and kill one of these guys. So they're like, what are we gonna do in that case? I'll just make them like fade out of existence. Yeah, these are mine now, suckers. Okay, what does these current humans have to say?
Those illusions and those people. It's all a little creepy, don't you think?
Nah, all part of the festive atmosphere.
Yeah, don't you know? It's all for fun. Oh, these guys. Are you guys from Natlin? There's these guys here as well. Vaco and Mielity?
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes.
Nope. Never seen or heard anything this weird.
These guys were just strolling by? They're just kind of hanging out and they came across this? Or did they specifically come here because of like hearing news of a crazy site? Can we talk to these guys? Whoa! Oh, I have fused into her. We have become a superposition. Alright, what do these guys have to say? Oh! Oh! We're inside the space. Ooh! There's a cave. Wait, was this cave always open? For some reason, I don't remember going into here. Wait, did I go into here? No. Did this cave open up because of this storyline? Anyway, well, I guess we'll have to go in there at some point, right?
What is this thing? I've never seen it move, and there's no way to get inside.
Goodness knows. My grandpa says it's been sitting here at least since his grandpa was still alive.
What about his grandpa? Did he say anything to your grandpa's grandpa about it?
Huh? I don't know. In all likelihood,
do we
it was
appear
here
as
back
spirits
then,
to
too.
them?
Hard to imagine something this huge could move.
Do we appear as phantoms to them, or do they see us like we are currently? So we're like we're kind of taking up the same space kind of thing. Just two different timelines.
Guess that means that as far as they're concerned, this ship's been around a long time.
Do they know they're phantoms, maybe? Okay, join Varka in communicating with the phantoms.
Shoot.
Ah, there. We know their names.
Come on, brothers. If we can get even a small chunk off of this thing, it's gotta be worth a fortune. Today is the day we strike it
We're rich. We're rich.
Huh? You mean Paimon?
Yes, brother. I shall join you. Let's make our fortune.
We should go with them.
What the? This thing is crazy tough.
It's made out of tungsten.
I can't even scratch it. What's it made of?
Tungsten. Adamantium.
Sorry, brother.
Tungsten.
Looks like we'll have to seek our fortunes elsewhere.
Enjoying yourself?
I was just seeing if I could influence this phantom's perception by playing. But nope, no dice.
So is this just a recording then? More playing like a recording, like a memory? Than actually like... No, but we talked to that deer, so... There's some like time manipulation going on here. And dimensioning merging.
I'm sure we're all starting to build up an idea of what's going on here now that we've spoken to some of the people. These phantoms are reenacting real historical events in Nod Krai. It's almost like we're in some kind of interactive stage play. We can talk to the actors, but the plot is fixed and we can't influence it.
That's convenient.
It makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
History is set in stone. The objective facts of the past cannot be changed.
Paimon totally thought you were just goofing around earlier. But actually, you were doing some serious investigating.
Why does Paimon have like 1,000-yard stare right now?
Of course I was. Anyway, at this point, I think we're forced to conclude that although the Phantom spaceship is right there in front of us, we aren't going to learn much about it from these people.
If only this shows the moment when my brother was searching for me, maybe then I could have discovered why he wasn't in the spaceship. Or, if it showed the moment when it disappeared, I might have found out who was piloting it and where they were headed. But no such luck. Wait, you mean she wasn't, or her and her brother weren't alone in the spaceship? Like, what do you mean who was piloting it? It's either going to be you or your brother, right? Unless there's a third party that we don't know of. But no such luck. All we've seen is an arbitrary moment in time during his long stay here.
Don't be discouraged. If nothing else, this is proof of the ship's existence. And think about it. So many people tried to hack their way inside, but no one could get the door open. It's made of very tough material.
That tungsten, very, very tough.
To me, that says that we'll either find the ship itself or the story behind it. It's just a matter of time.
Ah, thanks, Varka.
Huh. Every now and then, when Varka gets serious, he actually does seem like Grandmaster material for once.
I wonder how the others are doing. Let's head back for now.
Sounds good. Also, drinks are on me if Team Knights of Favonius is the first to finish.
Wait, we have a team name now?
Am I in Team Knights of Favonius as well?
You're very welcome to join. We've even got a cathedral ready for you.
Wait, she wants to drink? Is that what they're implying? She's like, free alcohol? I want to be part of this team.
Isn't that technically blasphemy? You wouldn't dare make a joke like that if Barbados was in earshot.
Nah, I'm sure Barbados doesn't mind a little harmless blasphemy once in a while.
What's this blasphemy? You're talking about drinking in a cathedral? But Barbados love drinking. That's like one of his favoriteest things in the world. Ooh. Satatievta. Wow, how do we know these people's names?
Oh, no! Get away!
Ikasu? Can't no.
Oh.
Oh no, he breathed them in. Whoa, there's some wiggly stuff going on. We see him like get brutally like mauled. We're like, ugh. Now I'm scarred for life.
It's hard to stomach, Mr. Durin. But as I'm sure you've noticed, there is nothing we can do to intervene in that which unfolds before us.
Actually, we've been killing things. We've been killing, like, straight up killing villagers. We've been straight up killing, I don't know, people. Like, straight up people in this game. Would seeing, like, a person get, like, mauled by a monster really scar us at this point? Well, won't we just be desensitized after all our murdering that we've been doing?
But we have to at least try.
And try you have. But are you aware of how many unsuccessful attempts you've made now?
About 3 or 4.
I wasn't keeping count.
I'm afraid this is the 39th failure so far.
Oh, okay.
Or the 5th if we're only counting this particular victim.
Oh, I was close.
There are no indications that these phantoms may be altered in any way.
You seem to have calmed down a little.
Oh yeah, they went a different direction, right? They're specifically looking at the monster phantoms.
I'll make us a fire. You should rest and have some water.
Would it make sense for Durin to make the fire?
Feeling any better now, Mr. Durin?
I guess his electro can kind of still makes fire, right?
May I ask a few questions?
Be my guest.
What exactly are we witnessing here? What happened to those people?
My guess would be that we are seeing Nod Krai during the Conrian Cataclysm.
Oh.
Would that be accurate?
That's what was it, 200? Is it 200 or 500 years ago? I'm pretty sure it was in the hundreds and not thousands.
Conria.
He's like, I don't know what that is. I'm from a storybook.
That is correct. As you know, once the abyss senses even the tiniest crack, it floods in and spreads like wildfire. There was a time in the distant past when it permeated all of Nod Krai, causing immeasurable harm. The people paid a terrible price to heal this land. Then 500 years ago, the whole of Teyvat suffered an abyssal disaster. Once more, Nod Krai was dealt a devastating blow.
I see.
In the face of the abyssal onslaught, all were like grains of sand tossed around by a tidal wave, be they human, fae, or god. The moment you witnessed is but one drop in a whole ocean of catastrophe.
All right. I guess that answers my second question, too. I wanted to know why there's nothing I could do to help them, and that's because what we are seeing is history.
Why is it his story and not her story?
That would be my guess as well.
As I understand it, history and fate are not all that dissimilar. The latter may be unseen to us, but both are immutable.
Yes. Fate was determined long, long ago.
Intertwined fates?
I still have a couple of other questions for you, Mr. Flint's. You mentioned more than one abyssal disaster that has struck this land in the past. How can you be sure that what we're seeing is from the Conrian incident? And also, how are you able to stay so calm when you're talking about these events?
Because he's not human. He doesn't have human emotions. Or at least, maybe his emotions are not similar to human reactions.
From everything I know about you, you're not cold or ruthless, and you're not indifferent to the suffering of others.
Alas, I am forced to show my age. I must be 600 or 700 years old by human measure.
Wait, so you...
He's like not even a year old.
One is not easily moved by history when one has witnessed the truth firsthand.
I'm sorry.
Oh, hi, sorry.
You needn't apologize. Your passion is a good thing to have. Treasure it.
So what happened
Because
to the
someday
spaceship?
you may find it in terribly short supply.
Are they saying during that one prelude? No. Intermediate Archon quest, what do they call it? Where we found the keys, I think, to the spaceship. And we were able to somehow like communicate with our brother in some like dream or something like that. Or I don't remember exactly how it led to that point. But are they saying that our brother like at that time like took the ship and flew off? And that's why the ship is not here anymore, even though it sounded like that ship was there for generations. Is it 6,000 years ago? No. But they said the phantoms look like they're dressed from a time 6,000 years ago. Or are they saying like the spaceship could have been here during or right before the events leading up to the Conrayan, what do they call it? Cataclysm? No. Whatever that was called. But the phantoms and stuff, it's not just from like a certain period of time. It's like from all ranges of time, dating as far back as like 6,000 by looking at the evidence, by looking at some of the stuff that we see. It's not just like there's two time periods happening at the same time in this like event. There's like a lot of times all merging together, and we're seeing the phantoms. Is that what they're saying? I'm gonna think that's probably what they're going for. That makes more sense to me. So not necessarily is that spaceship from 6,000 years ago. It could just be like whenever we supposedly landed here in Teyvat. But there are phantoms dating back to 6,000 years.
Now, at the risk of offending you, I have a question in return. Your curiosity toward the abyss, is it born from hatred or because you sense its call?
Could it be both or neither?
I only ask because I kept a fragment of Rarir's body in my lantern for a short time. Specifically, his heart. So I know what a burden it can be to carry the abyss with you. And I hear its power growling from somewhere within you. In my eyes, your mere existence is a miracle.
Does he know that he came from a story? He got brought back to life from a story somehow? Is he a fairy tale creature? He's technically a like literally a fairy, right? It's like a fairy here and a fairy tale creature during the fairy tale creature.
My honest answer is, I don't know. I don't think I have the confidence to say for certain. What I will say is the abyss is not the only issue that haunts me. Even before I became who I am today, the question dogged me constantly. Should I even exist at all?
Does that even matter? I mean, you do exist. Does it even matter thinking about that? After you become conscious or you become intelligent? I mean, like, well, I guess you can question your own existence. I guess that's still something you can do. But story-wise, it's just like, does that really matter at this point?
My doubts remain unresolved. But when we fought Rarir, something became a little clearer to me.
Oh yeah?
Sometimes it is the darkness within us that allows us to achieve the impossible.
I certainly got the sense from your 39 attempts that you were trying to achieve the impossible. It sounds like you've resolved to see the truth for yourself.
Absolutely. In that sense, he and I are quite similar.
Then I wish you every success. I look forward to the day of your transcension. Well, if everyone's caught their breath, I suppose we should head back. Oh, and one last thing. I'd appreciate if you kept our discussion about history a secret.
Okay. He's going around telling all these people his secret and then asking them to not reveal his secret.
Incredibly, our separate investigations led us all to the same conclusion. Hooray for consensus!
Yeah, but we barely learned anything, though. I totally thought this would be the mother lode. Talking with the ancients? I mean, come on! But nope. All we got was useless snippets of conversation. And all this stuff about moons and hyperopia. What a load of baloney. Seems like people back then had a few screws loose.
I understand your frustration. We found the same issue. Each phantom only showed a very brief moment in time. There isn't much value to be found in these miscellaneous fragments of a civilization's history, no matter how glorious it may have been.
I think they should have just did one or the other, instead of saying that we could communicate with them, but communication is fruitless because they are immutable and fated to just do what they did in the past. I think they should have just either stuck with the thing where it's like, oh, it's really weird that we're talking to people in the past, and then now we can actually converse with them, and then do the story that way, learning about the past. Maybe that opens up like some storyline where we could like reveal some cool stuff about the past that we wouldn't normally, by being able to directly talk to someone from the past. Or they should have went in the direction where it is literally just like a memory recording playing out, and us trying to interact with them will do absolutely nothing. Like, we can't actually talk to them. She couldn't actually like talk to the animals, even though she couldn't actually talk to the animals even if she tried. And like, that whole part where she talked to the animals really didn't amount to anything, right? So like, I feel like at this point, because they tried to like have it both ways, the story is really confusing now. It's like, so what are we supposed to like get out of that, right? The goal of that was to reveal that this thing is really mysterious, and I don't know, what do we really get out of that? It's just that these phantoms appear, and in the past was just objects and stuff, but now living things are appearing. I don't know. I feel like it would be a lot cleaner if they just made it so that, oh yeah, these are just recordings. Unless this plays into the story somehow, like somehow we can interact and change the past somehow through these, being able to interact with them. I don't know. That would be really weird. I think playing with, whenever there's like time travel and time related storytelling, it's very, very tricky to do a good job presenting the whole like thing. So I feel like they've kind of written themselves into a troublesome position here with what they just did.
If there's a silver lining, it's that these phantoms are harmless to the present reality. They shouldn't get in the way of the festivities.
Paimon agrees. And not just because it's the first thing she understood in this whole conversation.
I really like that they always stand Lauma in this side profile to accentuate her curves.
You look disappointed, Nefer. Is something the matter?
What do you think? We all worked our tails off, but the only one to gain anything from it was you, Lady Moonjanter.
Wait, what did Nefer do in this? What, am I missing something? I always feel like I'm missing something whenever Nefer's in the story. She did nothing. Was it not Yehoda that was there with us? Wait, no, Yehoda wasn't there either. What did they do? We heard Team Favonius' story, and then we heard the other team story with Durin trying to stop that one guy from getting mauled, that one phantom guy. But we don't know what they did. But what do you mean she worked? They did nothing.
Well, please do share the Hyperborean records with me.
Okay, maybe
I will gladly inscribe them in our people's documents.
Maybe that's what they looked into, this Hyperborean thing, and now is when they revealed their work to us. But then, I don't know, I feel like if they revealed what they did first, and then she got mad at Lauma for Like, oh, we all did all this work, and you're trying to do this other thing. I actually don't even know why Nefer is mad at Lauma. Well, what did she say?
Oh, duh. Yeah, that was it. Hyperborea. Hyperborea.
I'm serious. Only an expert in the Frostmoon Scions and their history can turn these records into valuable research material. The alternative is to let them gather dust on the Curatorium's storage shelves until the pages turn yellow. Nefer, you're wise enough to know that cooperating and sharing the profits is the best course of action here.
Well, that goes without saying. Sure, let's do that.
Huh? But didn't you say we aren't supposed to give out intel for free? Sorry. Shutting up.
Now, why is she so mean to Yehoda?
Now is not a good time to push Nefer's buttons.
Why are we constantly having to like walk on eggshells around Nefer? I don't understand. Especially when she seriously is like the only person who's not helping most of the time.
Anyway, back to Moon Prayer Night. I'm thinking that we should prepare something a little special, aside from the usual decorations and so on.
You mean a parting gift?
Can't go wrong with food. Although, does food go bad on the moon?
Perhaps a lantern would be a better choice. It might be dark up there.
It could prove difficult to light a lantern on the moon. Magical stones might serve that purpose better.
What about a clockwork mecha model from Fontaine? I've got a whole bunch at home. I use them for fighting practice in my free time.
None of these sound like things she would be even remotely interested in. But we don't interact with her enough to know what she likes.
Yeah. It would really save us the guesswork if someone could find out what she's into.
Varka. Yeah, someone who hasn't been doing... Oh, wait, I was talking about us.
Traveler? They're all looking at you.
Okay, I got it. I'll find a chance to ask her.
Great! Haha, problem solved. Now, I need to stop by Dory's. Gonna need her help sourcing a bunch of stuff for the festival.
Then let's leave it there for now. We all have our own business to attend to. Traveler, if you find out what Kutar likes, let us know right away.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is something the matter?
That's my line, Durin. You seem a little down.
I'm fine.
Oh, hi, fine.
It's just... I'm still feeling a little rattled after witnessing the horrors of the Abyss. But it's okay. This is something I have to work through. I'll be all right. Thanks for your concern.
Well, don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you ever feel like something's wrong, physically or mentally, we're here to talk.
Don't forget, I'm a member of the Knights of Favonius. You can always rely on me.
Come on. Stop treating me like a kid.
But you are a kid. Ooh, hello. The shifting light of the moon. Ripples that will never reach. Go meet Columbina. Okay, so I think I just got a quest complete here, so... yes, I believe the previous one was... I don't remember what it was called. I can look at the browser here. The previous one's shifting in the shifting light of the moon. And yeah, we just returned to the Curatorium to exchange intel, so... let's go here. Yeah, the next one is ripples that will never reach. So I think what I'm gonna do now is probably just talk to everyone in the room, see what other interesting things they might have to say, and probably just like start wrapping things up. But I don't know, like the whole like Nefer thing, I don't know. Am I crazy? Or am I super biased because I just don't like her? She seems like such an annoying character. Yehoda, I'm sorry. You have to deal with Nefer all the time.
Could you do me a solid and try to smooth things over with Boss Neff?
Like every single time where she like Nefer's character causes everyone, it seems like, or at least everyone in the conversation, to have to like walk on eggshells and like appease her, like, oh, do you want to do this deal? You like to talk business, so we're gonna have to talk about this in a transaction. And it's just like, I don't know, it's so like overdone. It seems like really annoying to have to like go through that every single time with Nefer. Like, oh, what you can do for me, I'm gonna do for you. Oh, I'm gonna do this for you if you do this for me. It's all like transactional and stuff. And also like she keeps being super mean to her for like no reason really. I guess she's supposed to be like the naive like apprentice character, right? Maybe that's kind of what they're going for. And it's supposed to be funny, maybe, like, oh, look how silly she is, she's so silly, gosh, she's being put in her place, how silly, that kind of thing. I just don't feel that way though. Okay, so she's asking the cat to help keep Nefer in a good mood, which is really sad if you really think about it. Hey, Albedo. Oh, nope, it's the entire crew.
Which is why we need a lantern guaranteed to work on the moon.
Yes, I have a few ideas, but the lantern itself is the easy part. The real issue is how little we know about the lunar environment.
Wait, you two are serious about this?
Let's just say I'm intrigued by these shining magical stones that Mr.
I forgot to
Albedo
get rid of the
mentioned.
browser. There. So I guess we missed like, let's just, they're just sitting around. There was no animations, but we did kind of like, that was a little bit intrusive. But yeah, they don't have much to say. Oh, Nefer is here. Hey,
We
Nefer.
should get going. It's important that we ascertain what Kutar likes.
Okay. She likes tea. She likes her friends at the Fatui. And Varka. Varka and Lauma are here.
Miss Lauma, would you accompany me into town? I think it'd be best if you saw the Frost Moon Scions decorations for yourself.
Very well. Let's go.
Oh, they're gonna have a little date, it seems like. A little fun little date. Just to spend some time together. Okay, so what happens if we leave? I hope I don't trigger anything unless I actually go to where Columbina is. Okay. Okay, it looks like I won't... Wait, what? Ah, no, this is underground. That's right. Okay, so it looks like I don't have to worry about actually triggering anything. Can I talk to, Can I talk to Catherine now here? And access, like, the daily related stuff? Oh, it's to my left. Hey, Catherine, how are you doing? Yeah, there we go. Her function has returned. Okay, so I can come back here. I don't have to go to Fontaine anymore for my dailies. I guess, yeah, I guess this is all I have for today. Honestly, the story is still moving very slow to me. The spaceship is intriguing. I thought we were going to go into the cave behind the spaceship. That cave must have been, where was it? In Sancho, right? That must have been a place we could go into. Let's just go in there real quick, just to make sure. Is the spaceship still here?
My joints
It
won't be
is.
rusty.
Oh no, when it rains? Inefa says her joints might get rusty? That's so sad. Aw. We gotta get out of the rain.
Accelerating.
Okay. Have I been in this cave before? Yes. I don't know if I have been in this cave before. Was there anything interesting here before? Is this where the hideout was? No. The hideout was like... Was it like somewhere here? I don't remember. Like somewhere here, right? The Knights of Avonius hideout? It must have been like so uneventful here that I just... Maybe there was like, what do you call it? Lunoculus here, and that was about it before. So nothing too memorable. Anyways, I am in collect mining mode. Even though I don't think I've had use for these things for a while. Especially since I haven't been pulling for the characters as often. Okay, so yeah, the spaceship. That's cool. I'm really looking forward to more spaceship related stuff. What the whole like traveler situation, traveler and its siblings, about this, how this relates, how that pushes forward. But yeah, other than that, like what really happened this story? We went to see Columbina. We convinced her to come to this festival that we're putting together. We talked to Lauma to get more and Varka, I guess, to get more information to what to do next to set up this festival. And we learned that these phantoms are all over the place. And this time around, some of the phantoms are... No, wait, this part was just... We just learned about the festival, right? And then we decided to meet up with the rest of the Knights of Favonius in Nasha Town. That's when we learned that there was phantoms. Not only in inanimate objects this time around, we seem to be seeing living things, which is a new thing this time around. And then we decided to investigate that further, which took us to the Curatorium of Secrets. Oh, there's a waypoint right outside of the Curatorium of Secrets. Oh, interesting. Actually, no, I think this is like on the roof, right? On the roof of this. Yeah, it's in the roof of this building. But it is like a simple drop. It is a simple drop down, right? If I... Maybe on the other side. If I drop down the other side. But yeah. Curatorium Secrets. We tried to ask Nefer if she has any more information. And she actually didn't really give us any information. She was all like, again, she was not helpful. But Yehoda comes in and spills the beans and tells us that there's oh no, actually she brought up some stuff. Never mind, I should give her more credit there. I should stop being so mean to her. She gave us some information about the 6,000 years. Oh, some of the phantoms are dated 6,000 years, judging by how they dress. And then the big thing that really pushed the story forward was when Yehoda came in and told us about our spaceship in Star Sand Shoal. And we kind of figured out that that weird story beat where we can interact with them, but we can't really change what they do. I don't know why they decided to like make that part so confusing. And then, yeah, we split into two teams. So we were this team, and I guess somewhere around here, we just saw Flynn's, Albedo, and Durin have a conversation after not being able to save one of the phantoms. And then, yeah, we came back and kind of shared with each other all the findings, and that was about it. Okay, I felt like that not a whole lot has happened. I think a lot of that could have been cut out, like a lot of that could be shortened up, because I feel like I summarized it pretty fast. I guess I did spend like the first, 40-50 minutes on the witch's homework thing, so technically speaking, this entire stream wasn't the Archon quest, so I can't really say the story was too long, because I decided to do more stuff than the normal like story. But yeah, some interesting things. How would this festival play out is what's in my mind. Will we get more about the spaceship? Is there actually some trouble brewing with the phantoms and stuff? I guess that's all for next time, where we will continue this story. Oh man, the FOMO rewards. We'll continue the story in the next... Oh, it's an interlude. Interesting. But why did they say it's Act 4? I guess it's Interlude Act 5. Whereas before, they would call it like chapter something. Chapter 3, let's say, Act 5 or something. But then this is an interlude, which is the Archon Quest Act 5. Archon Quest Interlude Act 5. Maybe? No, but this whole thing, I don't know how this is, they changed their communication with how these things worked. Before it was just like, this is Archon Quest Chapter 3, which is, Chapter 3 was Inazuma, and it's like Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is all the different Archon quests throughout that. But then, here and there, they add like a Archon quest like interlude here and there that just like kind of tries to connect or set up the next story. So there was a bit of organization there. I don't know exactly how they're organizing this now, but there's this. There's also his story, which he has an outfit? Wait, how does he normally look? Hold on. How does before I end the stream, I was just curious. I'll claim all this. I think that's just for completing the story. Character archive. Wait, how can we see both his? Okay, there's no way for you to compare the new outfit and the old outfit. Okay, so he has horns. He's got a little bit of a hair clip. He's got like this mantle around his shoulders. Purple, magenta? I don't know, purple and magenta. White. Some like metallic designs. I'm like trying to remember the aesthetics of this. And then I'm going to compare it to this. He's got like this thing here. Is that it? Durin's outfit. Durin's original outfit has received a new lease of life now that he's taken up his mother's pen. Oh, is this fair? Is this spoilers to his story, or did this happen in the past and I just don't remember? Ultimately, he bids farewell to the past, once painted by its previous owner. When the lock on his heart faded away, the distant horizon his wish now points to becomes the direction in which his story continues forward. I feel like this, like, ogre cap thing, I don't know if people watch Uma Musume, but the main character in the anime, I guess it's like a game, but then they made an anime about one of the characters. And she puts on like the little like headpiece that looks kind of like that, but it like goes around her entire head. That's the only thing I noticed that's different about his outfit. So I guess we get to unlock that. That's actually kind of cool now that I think about it. If they decided to like make outfits where not even like full-on outfits, just like toggles. Like if this is just a toggle to turn that on, can you imagine like you can go to some of these other characters, like you can toggle on her like sunglasses mode, so she's always in sunglasses mode or something. You can toggle off her mantle, so she's like just robot form or something. I don't know, maybe for him you can toggle off his hat, but his hat's like part of his character, so I don't know if that's a smart thing. Is there anyone else?
Relax.
Maybe you can toggle off her mantle and see her like beautiful shoulders, make her show a little bit more skin. I don't know. Maybe you can toggle on like an outfit for her, like a different, more clothes, so that she doesn't look like she'd be cold. I don't know what you can toggle on for her, but anyways, you kind of get the point, right? Like if they just decided to make it so that instead of full-on outfits, there's just different toggles and stuff.
Wow.
Maybe
Where did that come from?
you can toggle on his goggles. I think in his other outfit, he has goggles, right? His default ones. Maybe you can toggle it on. Certain stuff like that. That would be cool if that's like a feature they eventually add into the game. If this this thing is just like a precursor to something like that. Is there anything else? Oh man, this is another thing that makes me really mad. I don't know if I touched on this at the beginning of the stream when I was complaining about the game, but I think in my previous stream of this game, I was talking about how like I felt like this should be a standalone thing on its own, but it seemed like the studio or the developers, MiHoYo, just tacked it onto here because it's using a lot of the same like assets and stuff from this game, and it's also kind of sort of related in some way. But like this thing has bloated the file download size of this game, the install size, and that's another thing that kind of like made me mad that, oh, this is taking up a lot of hard drive space now. I think it's like up to 110 or 115 gigabytes now, this game is, and I think most of it is because of this. And I think you can't even just like uninstall this, because oh man, there's like this is essentially like a whole new game. It's like full of custom games, but it's essentially like it should have just been a standalone. I think like from the makers of Genshin Impact, you get like this crazy custom game thing, kind of like Dreams, or I don't know if people know what Dreams is. It's like this game on the PS4, PS5, maybe both, where you're pretty much given it like free reign to make your own games. It's all about like customizing things and turning objects into interactable things and giving you a lot of tools to kind of like make your own games. So this is essentially that. I guess you can kind of compare this to like maybe like Fortnite custom games and Minecraft, even maybe Minecraft, and what's the other one, like the custom games for Amnesia. Kind of like that. So I feel like this could have been like a thing on its own and not tacked on to Genshin Impact, causing the Genshin Impact like game size to just get so huge. And right now we're kind of going into a moment, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Like a period in time where I think random access memory and potentially like storage is going to get more expensive. Maybe not storage, maybe just RAM. So maybe my argument is not as valid as I originally thought. I think RAM right now is getting really, really expensive because a lot of the, I guess, AI development industry, tech industry is like really buying up all the RAM supplies to like feed the computers that crunch all the numbers for the AI. So yeah, games are going to be very expensive. Games and devices are going to be very expensive coming up, or maybe already is more expensive now. In the near future, because RAM is going to be very expensive as well. So and yeah, look at all this. Like this thing is getting so bloated now because there's all these things, right? I guess this is the new boss they added. It's Klee. Okay. Anyways, I ranted enough. I'm still kind of... There's only a few threads remaining for me to continue playing this game. Hopefully the game gets better. The reason why I get mad at the story and mad at stuff is because I want the game to be good. I think if I didn't care, I probably would have stopped playing the game by now. But it's because I want the game to be good and to continue to be fun. Like, I'm just so... It's nostalgic, the word? I don't know. Back when we were... Like, the story and storytelling and pacing and stuff, I felt like was done. Even though back in the days it was still, like, very dragged out and a lot of dialogue, really dialogue heavy. I feel like the pacing in the stories were way better back in, like, the first three areas. Actually, it's only a recent thing, the story, I feel like. Like, Natlin was kind of the introduction to the really long-winded dialogue section. You go from one dialogue section to the next. Actually, I think Sumeru had a little bit of that, but at least, like, the story was very, very good with Rukkhadevata, Nahida, and, like, the tree, the lesser lord, greater lord, the Akasha, intelligence, internet, technology, and society, and all those themes being like touched upon by the story here, and like religion versus science and academia and all that stuff. Oops. I think this area was like good for the story in that sense, but I think a lot of stuff did become like super long-winded and dialogue heavy at this point. But yeah, I was talking about this area. Like, this area was so cool. I would really love if they like just reuse, even if they just reuse this like straight up, like, oh, you get to reuse your glowstone, but now you were exploring some, I don't know, crazy cavern underneath this place or something like that. I don't know. And now you can build further upon that in this area, and they can kind of do the same themes again with the dark and the light, and needing to like keep things light up to find your way and whatnot. But there's so, back in the days, I feel like there's so much good stuff going on, a lot more good than bad. But ever since Natlin, it seems like, I don't know, there was a direction shift at some point, and things have not been as good as I remembered it being for some of the previous stories. I don't know, I guess the company itself is getting bigger, and they have more, they're like in parallel developing more games at the same time, so maybe some of the people who are responsible for this stuff being good moved over to Zenless Zone Zero or Honkai Star Rail, or maybe they moved from out of the company and onto something else altogether. I don't know. So there has to be an explanation, right? Anyways, I'm ranting too much. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go get me something to eat. I'm gonna end the stream now. Okay, thanks for watching. I still don't really like, I've seen my concurrent viewers. There's actually viewers this time around. But I still don't really know if I should like address that during the stream. Like, oh, hello, whenever I see like that number change, I'm like, oh, hello, or something like that. Welcome, welcome, just to like make it feel more interactive. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.